Mm. Wait. Yeah. Wait, before you continue, you might actually have to take that again. For some reason, I don't have your audio on stream, so I just have to fix that real quick. Because you're... yeah, connect with Mojo Hands, I guess, while I'm doing this.
Oh, that felt really good.
I got a follow. Thank you, Pigeon Ship. Pigeon Ship. What a name. Okay, so, okay. Why do I not have your audio? Yeah, probably, but I've got it split up in an interesting way. Yeah, output device, it should be aux. So like that. Can you say something?
Hello, I am
Nice,
Mr.
perfect.
Donut.
That is perfect. You are now on stream.
Nice. Hello, stream. Hello, chat.
Wonderful. Let's get you around the same volume.
Hello, free, right? I can never remember.
Evening, gentlemen.
Hello.
Evening, King Kumar. So what I'm doing today is I decided that, well, I mentioned on Twitter that I wanted to do lessons in some form, but I didn't want to take payment for them. So it's like, one way to do that was just like doing it on demo stream. And Bose is like really interesting in that you're really good, but you're also kind of old school in some ways. So there's there's some like there's some parts where I'll definitely find stuff to talk about.
Yeah, I'm old as fuck.
Well, you're definitely getting like improving pretty damn fast. Like last we played, I remember you kind of embarrassed me. I don't remember how long ago this was, but in general, you're definitely like trying to improve, and you're doing pretty well now.
Thank you. Well, for the most part, I've been keeping up with playing some net play for fun. I played a lot of doubles, and I just do what I think is fun. But sometimes I really like to grind it out and just try to get better because I think it's interesting in itself. And
yeah, it's fun in bursts.
It seems in bursts, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, perfect. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna connect with Mojo Hands here, and it's kind of interesting because Mojo Hands, I feel like if I had to describe him as a player, I'd say he's really good at forcing mistakes, but he's really bad on capitalizing on them. So
his neutral is really scary. I think it's like he's just that kind of guy that's just staring at you, doing dumb stuff and being scary with it.
Yes,
and he knows how to do it.
I completely agree. I feel like he if he killed you, if he had a touch of death and he had like a perfect punish game, he might be like one of the best players in Europe. Like if we put everyone on a touch of death, like the punish game isn't a thing. It's just who gets the most neutral wins, then he's definitely up there.
Yeah, it feels a bit like the feeling I get from playing top players, like not prof but Leffen, and how they make you feel really, really dumb because they just beat you and they know what you're gonna do, and they make you feel stupid for it.
Well, the thing about him that's different from other top players is that other top players, when you beat their stuff, they adapt. But Mojo Hands is really, really good at beating you until you adapt to his stuff, and then he can't out adapt. So so he only has like one layer there, where other top players, you know, can go super hard and switch it up super fast.
Yeah. Yesterday he told me I was too tryhard when we were playing, and then I was like, dude, you can worry about yourself. Try. I said something along the lines of that, but then I was like, should I sandbag? And I was asking him ironically, and he was like, yeah, you should sandbag.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. He's probably joking, but or being ironic or something. But I actually started playing worse, and then I couldn't quite get back into it.
Yeah, it's always like I dislike when people criticize like how you play or criticize you for how you play. It's like one of the most toxic things in the universe. And Especially when it's something dumb like that. Like, you know that my persona is very much a tryhard in many, many ways.
Yeah, you're
and,
I've said it to other people as well. You're the most tryhard guy in the universe.
Yeah, and that's like just how I do like everything, not even just melee, but stuff in general. And I've definitely gotten that comment many, many times from different ways.
But you're really fucking good, and that's what you get.
Yeah. Well, in general, it's just like it's so incomprehensible to me to like, even when I do stuff for fun, it's fun to win, and it's fun to like invest, you know, all my energy into something, even if it's not like I'm gonna be the best in the world. Just like, if I like melee and I wanna play melee, then that means I'm gonna try hard it, because that's just how I am.
Yeah, dude. I wonder if we're on a bit the same there. I also like to just spend my energy and working my brain, basically, like a brain workout.
Yeah,
somehow.
exactly. Top players are like onions. Yeah, you're not wrong. Also, hello, Atgabe. How are you doing this wonderful evening?
So I'm trying to talk to Hans. He messaged me 10 minutes ago that he's ready. Sorry for the delay. And we can
On
stream
my end,
when
it's
we
fine.
would like.
On my end, it's fine. I don't really mind. Just talking at the moment is completely chill.
I'm getting a bit
tilted.
Annoyed, but I should be Zen. I should I should just stay in my melee lane. Oh, here he is.
Yeah. One thing I'm gonna do real quick is I'm gonna make a hotkey for what's it called, for muting myself. So that if I have to talk to chat, I don't give you, you know.
Oh, that's nice. I can get distracted, so that sounds really good.
Exactly. Perfect. So now I'm muted. Perfect. Been walking all day for the sake of exercise. How about you? I've been taking a show.
Asking Mojo if it's okay if we sometimes stop or something. You said you would want to do that, right?
Yeah, it's easier to take stuff in between games, so I don't, you know, overwhelm you while you're actually playing, because it all gets a little bit confusing if we do it during a match. So I'll take notes and I'll take replays and stuff, and most of it is probably gonna happen, you know, at the tail end of the session, where I'm like mostly gathering data at the start, but then you know, it'll be some in between games for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been doing chill. Decided to do this for fun. So now we're doing this triad stuff.
If I could have White Fox for the stream.
Yeah. I had breakfast, took a nap, ate lunch. That's about it. Sounds about right. That's basically my day as well.
Damn. It hurts a bit. By the way, when I whine about the hurting, don't worry about me, okay? I'm just whining.
I won't comment on it. That's fine.
Oh, it's not switching.
Oh, that felt really good.
Yo, Yigo, thank you for the follow, my friend. Yeah, so whenever I have this icon to the side, like right here, that's when I'm talking to chat. So if it's somewhat confusing, that's a good way to tell.
Choose his color. Oh,
okay.
Yeah,
we're good. We're good.
I'm ready.
Perfect. Hi Pip, how are you? I'm doing well. I'm doing a lesson right now with Bose, so I won't be focusing too much on chat.
Fake out a lot.
Yeah, the
empty land. Oh, there we go.
In general, the way I think about this matchup is you sort of have to meet the other fox in the middle a lot of the time. If the other fox is like taking it very, very chill, then you also have to take it chill. But if he's going super hard, then you sort of have to match the aggression somewhat. Ooh. So yeah, this is gonna be a bit different than normal, but I decided why not stream this if I'm doing it right. And my focus will be mostly on looking at the games and taking replays of it, so I can like write stuff down and take notes from it. Good timing, Mixup. Yeah, I'm gonna default to just having
the wrong stick motion. I'm trying to learn the right stick motion there. It's some fucked up muscle memory.
for turnaround up tilt.
No, for Amsatec or that
Oh
kind of
yeah,
stuff. Slide off. I'm just trying to get used to it. Oh really?
I just realized I shouldn't have put the command to mute as an actual letter, because now my notes are gonna have the letter whenever I unmute and remute. Slide offs are the way you do them is just like holding down on the C stick and then holding away on the regular control stick, or like down and away. And a lot of time, that's the DI you want to have anyways, so a lot of time you just get them without thinking about it. So do a run up tilt by him. It should be then here.
Look, this stuff is really good.
Yeah. Right. One thing of note there at the very end that I noticed is just that when you get that up air, under like 30, as soon as you get the first up air, you always get a second up air. You can't really get the grab consistently, but getting like another short up air is guaranteed. So if you hit the if you hit the short up
talking about the tech chase situation on low percent, then after the first up air I should just shuffle him.
You should just do another short up air. So like he DI'd off the platform and you went for the grab, but every time, like no matter his DI, you can always catch him with another up air, and then you get like 4 or 5 more up airs. So you can always just like follow him with a short up
okay.
air.
I think that short up air is a bit tricky, but I can get used to it, I think.
I claw to do it, or I used to.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I prefer not doing the claw in those situations.
Okay. One thing I'm noticing, just from watching these general games, is that Bose has this habit of mostly being very immobile. Like he doesn't really dash dance to mix up his timings that much. A lot of time he'll, like right now, you see how he's very flow charted. He's doing an action immediately. So like when he played neutral in that shield situation, he was just doing a move, walking forward in order to do the move as fast as possible. You know, he's never really taking time in between. And now it's like the dash dance stuff works, but he did it so far away that it's like it's not really accomplishing anything. Let's go smash. Good edge guard. Nice. I'm gonna head out, gonna do some Valorant scrims. Sounds good, dude. Also, hello, Joninen. That's very good. Ooh. Yeah. There's a way to set up that Armada Shine. Out smash. At that percent, out smash is better, because he dies from DI in, and if he DIs out, he's way further away than if you shined him.
It's true, I can go for the up smash. You're talking about the up throw, right? When it's close?
Up for up smash. So he was like at 80%, and up for up smash, even if it doesn't kill, he has to DI out, so he goes super far away.
That's actually nice. I always went for the shine, I just thought it was... I didn't think a lot.
Yeah, so, the reason you're always hearing Discord noises is because I'm muting myself in order to talk to chat, right? That's the idea. So I'm pressing the mute button in order to do that in between shit. so I don't, you know, irritate him while he's playing. So I can, you know, talk to chat without being in the way. If it gets annoying, I can probably mute that so it doesn't make a sound.
No.
I'm saving this. One thing I'm noticing that's super bad for him is that Bose is extremely stressed out when he's playing.
Okay, finally.
Yeah.
I should use more nairs, I think, when he's high percent. Percent said that they're just spamming the full jump nair stuff is really good when they get knocked down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, he's out? What the fuck?
Might be a misclick, I don't know. One thing I noticed, or like 2 or 3 things I noticed, is that you're very, very stressed when you're playing. And you're what I mean by that is not that you're doing bad stuff, but that you're always doing it at the absolute fastest timing. So like if you're in a position where you're late, so like say you miss a tech chase or something. If you're in a position where you're late, you never actually recognize that, and you always go for something that's like immediate. So if Mojo Hands was just like a little bit better at shine out of shield, or like, you know, fast aerials out of shield and stuff, a lot of the time, the stuff you'll do to follow him, you'll just get counter hit because you're doing a lot of like unsafe stuff on shield when you're slightly late.
Yeah. Yeah, I see. I actually recognize that I'm doing stuff that works on bad foxes. Well, you're talking about like early nairs and that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
And when I played against Flickflock, which has great shines out of shields, I noticed that I was getting fucked all the time, and it told me I had to learn the late nairs. But I'm playing.
The big thing is just that essentially the way I look at it is if you're comfortable in a situation, it's very easy to tell if you're going to be there in time or not. So like I can tell when I'm gonna hit a tech chase and when I'm gonna miss a tech chase. And when I can tell that I'm gonna miss it, I'm gonna be late, it's very, very valuable to just stop and do nothing.
Yeah.
But because a lot of time, like I saw a clip, I've saved it, but I saw a clip where you missed a tech chase and you did like a small dash and then an early nair and then like an F tilt because he rolled out, and then like you kept going into him at like full speed, but every single thing you were doing was like unsafe, and every single thing you were doing was like very predictable because you're not doing any timing mix-ups, and you're not even like going for the super high reward stuff. You're only going for like the easiest to hit stuff, right?
Yeah.
Oh, this is interesting.
Maybe it's because I'm not confident with my tech chases quite yet.
Yeah, but it's not just tech chasing. It's also like if he rolls out of pressure, so you're like you nair his shield or something, he rolls afterwards. It's usually very easy to tell that, oh, I'm not gonna be there in time, right? Like right there, you did the dash attack, and the dash attack is never gonna hit in time at that roll. But because you went for it, it's like you're always gonna try to reach it, and if they catch on to that, they're just gonna like do something out of shield to get out. They'll know you're gonna be late, and then they'll punish you for it. But yeah, this is a very, very different thing. It's actually really relaxing to just watch this, not gonna lie. Alright.
I tried to listen properly, and then it was...
I'm taking notes on it. I'm taking notes on it, so you don't have to think about it too much. I'll definitely summarize all of this stuff afterwards.
Yeah, nice. So, yeah, he's asking me to just start playing, so I think I need to keep some kind of game frequency.
Yeah, just keep playing, dude.
Crazy.
Yeah, just keep playing, dude, and I'll definitely like write a small essay for you afterwards.
Yeah. So it's toning when I'm SDing. That's really cool.
Recognize when you're late. and
Yeah.
one
And
reach
one of the
time.
usually when I'm trying to improve, I'm trying to think about like one thing I want to do in the game, and these times it's really going for the reaction tech chases because I'm so used to going for the read.
Yeah. That's another thing. He never moves on Wake Up, right? So one of the first things, or like one of the big things I've learned, is that I'm either doing something that's out for a ridiculously long amount of time. So like say I'm doing a
Like that, I just went for the read with the shine.
yeah. Say you're doing for like a Wake Up Shine, and then I always do like an instant nair or an instant down air, or I do a wave dash out, right? So like I can either Wake Up dash if I think I have time, or I'll do a Wake Up Shine, instant wave dash out if I think like I won't have time. While the way he's doing it, he's like doing a Wake Up,
We can do that.
but he's like always doing the Wake Up in place, and then he's not really prepared to move again.
Oh, that's good edge guard.
Yep, you're dead.
I was dying out and he was patient.
On Wake Up, you're always doing stationary options. Very predictable to play around. That's might be I didn't mean to pause there. There's definitely a lot in the punish game in this matchup as well. I played Issar for over an hour earlier today, and Issar's punish game is crazy, and my punish game has gotten very, very good in this matchup as well. So there's a lot here that I'll definitely have to think about.
He's doing this defensive aerial stuff so much.
Yep. That's very good. In this matchup, very, very key thing to note is just that if he's in the air, just shield. He has no like threatening thing on your shield if he's in the air. So yeah, in this matchup,
Shield?
yeah, so the way I look at this is if he's too far away to like unreactably go for a grab, and he does anything that like looks scary, like here, if he does anything that's not grounded, you just shield. And then you have like the mix-up game. Is he gonna run in, or is he gonna like, you know, or is he gonna do an aerial? And if he does an aerial, you can like do a nair in place and stuff it. There's a specific spacing, like roughly like 3 characters away. It's like the space of the platform, like there. It's like if you do a nair in place there, you'll always hit in between his nair hits, right? It's like if he does any approaching aerial, you'll always just like stuff it out.
If he does the dashing in there?
Yeah, or like even nair in place. Even nair in place. So like if you're slightly far away, it's not that far away. It's like the side platform. And you just do like a dash in nair at the same time he does his, then you'll always beat his out. Because a lot of what you're doing now is you're doing your nairs from slightly too far away or slightly too late. So like there's a very specific timing where you're getting hit because you're doing him too late, right? And then you get hit by the first hit of his nair. But if you do them too early, then you get, you know, beaten up. So there's a very specific fine line where you always go like in between his hits.
Oh really? I haven't thought about it so specifically before. So there's a spacing I should go for, or just
yes. In this matchup, there's a spacing you like want to be in at all times, and it's like almost like a side platform distance away. So like,
okay, so that's in neutral, right? That's to
yeah.
win neutral.
Yeah.
I've Armada told me that because of CF's toolkit, I should strive to be in his face.
Yes, but the only way you can
him.
do that, is post that one neutral interaction. Because like if you're
Yes.
doing that nair, or that's stuffing out his stuff, or you're doing like the up tilt stuff there, the reward you get is often not that you actually hit him, it's that you hit his shield, or you hit, you force him into disadvantage. So the reason that specific spacing is so important is because he wants you to not be there, and as soon as you're there, you can transition into the super pressure stuff, right? Because you can't really get to that super pressure without going through his wall somehow.
Yeah, right. I was asking about that, how to kind of get through his wall too, and the answers I got was that I should wait. I should pressure him to be in lag somehow, just to give me some frames to advance, kind of.
Yeah, so the way I do it is I mostly focus on the mix up between, do I think he's gonna do a grounded thing, or do I think he's gonna do an aerial thing? And he wants to do an aerial thing, but if he sees me shielding a bunch, he's gonna do something grounded. And the thing is just like, the reason I do a ton of nairs in place, or like, at that uncomfortable spacing, is because it's really rough for him to do anything except grab. So as soon as I start expecting grab, then he's putting himself in lag. Let's play it, by the way. Just I'll write down the stuff for CF. Stuff. Be roughly a side platform distance away. Your nair will always beat his nair. At set spacing. I'll probably have to show this to him later.
Oh, that fucking NTSC there.
Let's set spacing. Use this to get into his face.
Look at that shit. What am I gonna do?
The answer to that at that percent is to SDI up into the stage. If you SDI up into the stage there, then you land and you're actionable immediately.
Oh.
If you don't, then you can't tech at 0, so you're kind of just fucked, right? Like ledge here. Yeah.
Look, I made him cry for camping.
Yep. And you're dead. I have a lot to say about this matchup as well, but the way Mojans is gonna play this is he's definitely gonna abuse the some of the weaknesses I talked about, like the stationary stuff. So first of all, it's very, very obvious in this matchup that Bose is always doing stuff immediately.
I got fucked.
You kinda did though. I'm taking notes.
I'm gonna ignore that and fuck him up.
Good. He never shine grabs. Like right there, the only reason he won neutral there was because he didn't try and chase him. Oh, that's a perfect example of what I was talking about right there. Oh, again. I'm definitely clipping this so that I can send it to him later. Because I'm seeing so much on where he's struggling because he's doing stuff like immediately. And he's chasing him even though it's late. Yeah, he messes up that reaction. He did mention that he really sucks at doing that in place. He's chasing him in some really weird ways. Up air, up smash, good. Either or would have killed there. Also, Smash on Twitch, thank you for the follow, my friend. This is very different from how I normally do lessons, but the reason I have to do it this way is because Bose is very, very experienced, and he's experienced in a way where he's definitely created a ton of like super deep bad habits. So I kind of want to analyze them, you know, while seeing him play. I think that's a lot more valuable. Why did he DI out there? What's this? It's a lesson-ish thing that I'm doing with Bose. Mostly for fun, but I feel like there's a lot of things that is very interesting to dissect about how Bose plays. Like, that's definitely getting saved. Oh my god. I see so many examples where he's literally only losing because he's approaching from situations that are binary. That it's like there's only one way he can go forward in said position.
I think I need to unlock this guy somehow.
Yep. Well, don't worry, I've got a ton to talk to you about after this, but keep playing. This is very good for me.
Yeah. I think it's better if I just try to solve this. I've been in this situation a lot before. People beating up on me, and that's when I need to start turning it on.
Yeah. So just focus on the games, and I'll focus on talking to chat and writing down stuff.
Yeah. Oh.
You are approaching in binary positions, like doing a short hop nair from side platforms.
Is he gonna rotate me now? Don't rotate me now. I wanna fucking play him again.
Say that you want to play Svalk or something, if you want that.
Yeah.
And losing because of it. Don't chase the opponent when there's only a single way you can do it.
Yeah, I'm asking him if he can play me again.
Yeah. I'm definitely...
He's helped me, we'll play CF now. Oh, fuck this. Okay, fuck it, I'll play CF.
It's fine either or. When he rotates characters, I see a lot of like different weaknesses, I guess, so it's useful for me, if nothing else.
Yeah.
Just focus.
But...
That right there was good. That right there was good. We're saving that. He just did a wake up shine into wave dash away into react. That nair. That nair is the that's the good nair.
Nice.
Oh, you're dead. And so is he. Yeah, you're like never allowed to wave dash away in that spot. I like that full jump nair.
It's really good with several characters, actually.
Yes. Up till bear. Bear, good. I need to give him the flow shot there. That's a way to kill him, guaranteed there. I'm saving that. The way you do it there, as soon as you hit that back air, is you roll to the edge and then you instant double jump. You double jump bear and then you can fall to ledge and there's no way he can space around it, and you trade with the knee he put out. Wake up Falcon Punch.
Interesting.
That right there is definitely something worth saving as well. Right there he jumped like straight into Falcon, which kind of doesn't really work. It works with Nair sometimes, but you sort of have to deal with the fact that he's gonna have an aerial out, right? And that's why a lot of time either you want to come from like diagonal, or rather you don't want to come from diagonal, you want to come from like straight under him. That's good. Sharking him from straight under is good, but doing it diagonally is like really hard because of the knee and Nair coming out. Perfect.
Yeah, I got it. I got the spacing.
Yep, well done. That backer right there, you can make it a lot better if you do the double jump backer and then fall to ledge instead.
Alright,
so you have time.
Yeah, I do that sometimes.
Yeah. Good up tilt. Right there, also, what I was talking about earlier, where he... there's really nothing that's super scary from Captain Falcon from like half a screen away. Like, if he's half a screen away, you just fucking do anything in place. That was very good. If you do anything in place, you're gonna beat out his approach, right? Or trade. This is perfect. Up there. I probably would have just done back here there. I prefer having him off stage than having him above.
Let's go.
Yeah, even if you traded that, that was perfect. What's good, my dude? Talking shit. Talking shit about Bose is what's happening.
I'm not gonna roll.
It's good awareness. But you're not... Even when he doesn't roll, doesn't really wave that shot.
That's just not gonna work.
Yeah, 2 high percent.
Yeah. I was feeling it while I was doing it.
This is sort of what I mean as well. I'm saving that as like... The way you played neutral there is the way I do it as well.
Are you proud, Pipsqueak? I'm take chasing.
I'm proud. But I'm also very critical to Twitch chat at the moment.
Oh, what are they saying?
No, I'm critical.
Oh.
I'm talking shit about you all the time. You don't even know. No, just kidding.
Okay.
You'll hear it all afterwards. That's very good. Never mind.
Well,
yeah, so
I don't understand what happened there, Pipsqueak. I think you need to tell me.
Okay, so what happened there was you fell down from ledge and you pressed the B button and a direction, and simultaneously he grabbed ledge.
It's really difficult to listen to right now, Pipsqueak.
I don't know, man. Maybe you gotta stop side being off the ledge. Oh, good. Oh, never mind. Okay, you salvaged it, but that's not my flowchart. I'll have to give you the flowchart afterwards.
I was staring at him. I know what I was doing.
You do, but you also don't.
I wanted that back here that was gonna hit him, and I got it.
Yeah, but there's a way better way to get that back here, dude.
Okay, what's the flowchart?
As soon as you get him off stage, so he can't like double jump to ledge immediately, always just roll to ledge and then do either full jump back here or double jump back here, and then grab ledge afterwards. Yeah. Covers everything. It's way more consistent.
It's the smart. Oh, oops.
Bose has told me how proud he is of some parts of this matchup. He feels like he can edge guard very well, among other things.
Stuff again.
The overshoot. Again, that... Why is he so stationary? Bose is the most stationary player I've ever seen. It is tilting me so hard how on Wakeup always a grounded option or roll. And never movement. That is frustrating to watch, not gonna lie. I can already tell that there are so many like small things he can adjust that'll instantly make him a 10 times harder to beat opponent. Like I think if I play him, he might like do well in the beginning, but as soon as I catch on to that he always does these like super predictable things, he's gonna get destroyed. So he definitely has to quit it out with some of these wake-up options. That was good. Nice. Was that a bait intentionally, or did you just mess up the way to ledge?
Control. I felt like control.
Okay. Always stationary. Double down till stationary. Mojahan's just like, I'm just gonna stay slightly further away and not run into this. And then things go well.
Oh.
But he's still winning, so I mean, at the moment he's punishing harder than Moja is. Like that right there, I think he has to explore more. That was a very, very fast shine. Well done.
Thank you. Come, my boy. No.
Went into lag. That was a good nair grab. Like, I really like how he's playing, except that he's like constantly making the same... They're not errors in a vacuum, right? Like, a lot of the things he's doing aren't errors taken by themselves. But just doing it like over and over and over again makes it errors. Ooh. That was such a clutch walk. You would have gone tipper F smashed. Nice.
At 0% we go for those.
Yep. Either you die or he dies. It's a 50-50 gamble.
It's 50. I put it all on the line.
Now you're getting the full treatment.
You can
He's
see
trying
I'm
to-
playing more confidently now. That's why I want to play a bit.
Yeah, I get it. The way he handled those lasers in the beginning, he's like very, very obviously trying to close the space. And it's the same thing I was talking about before, where he only has one timing when he approaches in this matchup. And the CF matchup, that was very good. Up smash! No!
I tried to, man.
It was so good! It was so good! Up for up smash! Well, when they DI away, you don't have to shield stop. When they DI away, you literally just dash up smash.
Yeah, I know.
He's dead. Never mind. Pog?
I know what to
Pog? Never mind.
Almost.
That's the one acceptable way to chase someone down, or
boy.
chase a Falco down. You only chase Falco down with a hitbox. Good, wait. Okay, so now,
I'm just gonna
that's the
do it.
first time this entire session where he actually just waited and timing mixed up. Yes, that's exactly what I was talking about. The fuck? Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, it's done. It's done. But as soon as he timing mixed up on Wakeup and didn't, you know, do the immediate dash up, he got 2 kills from it, like, immediately. Chase down, chase down, chase down, always chasing down.
I don't give a fuck.
Timing mix up, again. He's taking all of these stocks because he's taking the time to mix up his timings. I found the immediate difference that's making you win right now, and it's so obvious. And I'll have to discuss it after this, but I'm very proud of you. Ooh. Up tilt.
Oh.
Yeah, it should be that here. Yep.
Okay. Can I go up here? I don't know.
Roll out
Little doesn't
immediately,
know where
but
I'm
it's...
going. Yes,
Should
no
you
idea.
chase him there? No, you shouldn't. If you're in shield and with your... It's fine to chase Falco in the air if you have your back towards him. If you have your face towards him, it's like never fine to chase him like that, because he'll always beat you by falling down for back air.
Okay.
Also, Bose, in case some of the stuff I'll talk about after this is done, in case some of it is confusing, you can definitely just rewatch the VOD afterward. Because I'm trying trying to explain my like thought process to this chat, and that'll probably make it easier with like an explanation afterwards.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Perfect. So that's a perk of streaming this as well. Good, moving. I like how he's moving like immediately out of lasers, and I like how he's doing like the shield thing, but I've never seen him do shield wave dash back. I've only seen him do shield wave dash forward. And shield wave dash is very, very good versus lasers, but it's mostly good if you mix in back and forward. So I want to see him do more like shield a laser and then, you know, immediately wave dash back, do like a small dash dance, stuff like that. Again, he has this bad habit where he defaults to punishing everything that happens on his shield with shine out of shield, and he's not consistent in getting like a good reward from it. So he needs to recognize like when a dash attack happens, he gets an up smash, or he gets an aerial, or he gets like a grab, like he gets anything he wants. but he's always doing shine out of
This boss
shield.
is in fire.
Indeed. He's walking you off the platform.
Yeah, I think he did that in that combo.
Mm.
Gotcha. I'm doing it again. Oh. Nobody does that. Oh shit. Yeah, I'm like... The thing with
like-
momentum is that I can... It's so much easier for me to play, because he's shook as well.
Yeah.
I can just slack off like I'm doing now, and then he will slowly gain it back and start playing his game again.
Yeah. I think it's... So what I've been taking notes on specifically is the fact that I've looked a lot more at what I talked about earlier, with you like always approaching, or like always going forward. And what you're doing a lot is that you're not mixing up your timings, and then as soon as you mix up your timings and you wait when you're not gonna get like a true punish, you're always getting the dash dance grab, you're always getting like the timing mix up thing. So a lot of time I think just the fact that you take your time to, just, go half a bit later, doing that every now and then, as soon as you do that, you always get like 2 stocks before he starts to catch on.
That's so hot.
It's like been very obvious for me to recognize on stream, and I've got a ton of examples clipped already.
I'm basically doing what you wanted me to do.
Yeah. Big thing. So what I'm talking about is like when you're in a pressure sequence or something, or when he's in a pressure sequence, it's very linear. Usually, like what you're gonna do out of it. It feels like very binary. There's only one thing you can do that's threatening, and when you're in that spot, if you're doing that one thing, you're losing. But if you're doing nothing, you're winning. And sometimes you just like decided for 2 stocks, I'm gonna do nothing and, dash dance in front of his shield and then grab him. And then you just get that grab and kill him. Good.
Oh.
That always sucks. That was very clean by Mojo. Back air. Doesn't have time for the follow-up. Alright, that was like one of those things where, okay, he did the weight, and he did it like very well, because even if he fucked that up, he still got the, he still got the roll, like, he didn't get punished for it.
Sad music on right now, but it's kind of relaxing.
I can't hear your music, so
No, I know.
I don't know. But... So yeah, this is the spot you want to be in. Like, as soon as you get that on-shield stuff, it's just the question is how do you get there?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Oh.
Should be dead here. Doing those nairs is kind of acceptable against Kevin Falcon, because there's ways you can space a high early nair.
Yeah, I fucked it up.
There's ways you can space a high early nair where you're still like safe from grab, and all of his aerials go like too high or too slow to be threatening in any way.
Very slow now.
That was cute.
Yeah, but it was because he fucked up a shield drop.
Yeah. I do that one too
It
sometimes.
looked like I was reading it or something.
Shine on shield and get a full jump out of shine instead of just up smashing. Yeah. Gotta recognize when you have time to get a meteor punish. It's like in traditional fighting games, it's such a basic concept, but in Melee it's like it's very easy to find the one thing that's like the easiest hit you can get instead of like the best hit you can get. So like one of the things that'll separate Leffen a lot to other foxes is that he'll play against a Falco and he'll just like up smash out a shield. And you're like, wait, how did he have time to up smash there? And he just knew that, okay, in this specific scenario, I have time to go for the super high reward option, right? Perfect trade. Oh, I mean, it worked out.
Style. It's quick.
No, so I dislike that because you didn't do the back here, but I'll have to show you.
It was the back up.
Yeah, I saw you go for it, and I was like, okay, he almost had it, and then you did the wave ledge dash up smash, and I was like, okay, never mind. I can't be mad about that. You covered everything. Ooh. Actually, I want to save that. He can do, after he hits like a nair at mid percent near the ledge, what he's doing is he's doing like a tilt, up tilt. What you should be doing against CF, in my opinion, like every time, is that I always go for just dash, jump, cancel, shine. Because if you hit the nair and he's airborne, and you hit the jump, cancel, shine, he's dead. 100 out of 100 times he's dead in that spot. While if you hit up tilt, he gets like 2 more mix-ups.
That was nasty. Holy shit.
That's a CF Discord thing. Also, I hope this is somewhat, like, interesting for you guys.
Yeah.
Is he gonna... No, he's not rotating. He's staying. That's good. I can't tell how long I've been live. Normally I have like...
This guy was calling me tryhard. Look at the stuff he's doing.
Yeah, he's also pretty fucking tryhard, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That nair. That was the nair. That was the nair I was talking about. I'm saving that. That was the perfect spacing, the exact nair that beats like dashback and doesn't like trade with his aerial. It just straight up beats his nair.
Look how slow this game is.
Yep. You gotta be ready for the pace change.
Yeah, I'm trying to play this slow again now.
Yep. Good.
It was the...
I always get that up smash after up throw on Captain Falcon, but I always feel like it shouldn't be true. But it, like, I always like, yeah, I always go for like either, you know, a back air and then try to get the edge guard, or I'm like, fuck it, he's not gonna instantly jump out. But yeah, it's very good.
The fuck it up smash.
That right there again. He didn't get punished for it. Ooh, perfect nair again. It's even better when you full jump to the side platform, because then he can't dash dance grab you either. It just beats everything, essentially. It's sort of like a checkmate position. Also something I enjoy doing a lot. And that right there is where you can do the roll or like...
Is the plan B edge done?
Yeah. Well, the reason the bear is so good when you do it right is because they can't... You grab ledge before them anyways if they dodge the back here. But right there you didn't have time to set it up, so what you did was perfect. Ooh.
No, I'm just doing the up smash every time.
What's he doing?
Get that easily.
Yeah, I found out where I can see how long I've been live. For some reason I looked at it wrong.
Oh! I tried to get the ledge on reaction, and I fucked up the
Rip.
angle.
Rip. Huh. That nair you did right there, the exact nair you did right there, that was the exact spacing I was talking about. Where even if he did an aerial, you'd still beat him out.
Yeah. Okay.
You have to do slide down there. Ooh, but it's fine. Yeah, slide down and then you beat it out and then you win. If you do slide down angle, he can't back you either. Yeah. Also, I don't have to have the music thing on when I'm not listening to music, right? Again, always a stationary get-up option. It'll definitely be one of the main things that I'm talking about. He has to realize which, like, options he have that are burst, that, you know, go a much further distance. Like, even just doing a wake up, dash one frame nair is 10 times better than doing, like, the up smash in those cases. It's a lot harder to avoid, and it makes it so they have to actually... They have to pick between being, like, super nearby and going for, like, the immediate thing, or being within the unreactable space where you're gonna beat them up or you're in, like, wake up nair, right? You never... Captain Falcon is so good near the edge like that. you like never wanna threaten him, but Mojans isn't like fast enough at the ledge stuff to really threaten it.
Doing too much fancy stuff on the edge guards, I think.
Yep, I'll definitely have to. Sounds like a demeaning term, but I don't mean anything by it. But I'll have to walk through like how I look at the edgeguard flow chart for Captain Falcon, because it's very, very streamlined. If you
do realize that much of the reason I'm doing it is because you see me sometimes doing, when I get some momentum, I do some silly stuff that's making them look bad, and
yeah. Well, a lot of what you're doing like makes sense. It's just that as soon as you start it, I can immediately tell that no, this isn't gonna work. And it's like, oh, exactly, that's the bear, essentially. If you roll, you go a little bit further out, but right there you cover everything with that bear.
Yeah, I know about the roll. Sometimes I decide not to do it.
Oh, you don't have to roll. You can just like be near the ledge and drift out. You don't even have to double jump. If you do a full jump back air, like instant back air, and then don't like double jump, you still grab ledge. So yeah, the way you did it right there is good.
I've been thinking a little bit about this matchup.
Sounds interesting. I'll definitely look at it. Yeah, no, in this game it sounds like it's like a Sakurai angle move, so it sounds like most nairs in Ultimate, so it like sends, you know, outwards. It's really, really good at specifically edge guarding.
It yesterday too.
Yeah, at edge guarding other Captain Falcons, but not really much else. Nice. Good refresh on the ledge. You just like taking a chill there. That right there. Recognize that a stationary option. Whoa, I didn't mean to do that.
No.
Recognizing that a stationary option wasn't gonna like get him out, and he did a wave dash outshine. That's like, it's such a basic thing, but that's the first time during this entire session. Wait, what? Are you serious? Did I enable the hotkey? Wait, how? How did I enable that hotkey? That's my button to save fucking highlights.
Oh.
Give me 1 second.
A pipsqueak thing.
Oh no, I looked away. Oh, rip. I'll save it. We're good. I've saved it.
I did running hold down in neutral and then grabbed him when he dash attacked.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's always good.
Yeah.
Yep, you just grab ledge.
Really? Really?
Yep. Okay. Nice. And now it's no longer switching scenes when I press it. I don't even know what I fucked up, but I did something.
I'm not doing my thing now versus Sheik. But I'm not that experienced in this matchup. It's been a long while since I've been playing it.
Yeah, it's not that common in the Nordics.
Yeah. Okay.
Could have just shined him there, but that worked as well.
I was more confident I will hit.
Yeah.
Wasn't.
I mean, it worked out. I'm not criticizing you. It's mostly like a thing where I'm always like, I have a lot easier time to shine than doing tilts on the box. Wake up, shine.
That was
again,
so fast. Shit.
Yeah. I've mentioned this a lot on the stream, but not to you. You're always doing a wake up option that's stationary. You're never ever doing like a wake up dash attack or wake up dash nair or like wake up, you know, dash dance.
You're talking about attacks, right?
Yes, like when you're in like you're knocked down like right here or something, you're always doing a stationary option. You're never just like going into a dash or creating space or, you know, doing something that's has more range. So like a lot of time, he's specifically staying outside of like down tilt, up smash, nair range, you know, and then punishing you afterwards. When you can, in those spots, you can literally just dash attack him, you know, wake up, dash attack his face, or wake up running nair his face, right? Because he's so... You've never done it, so you're...
Okay, so wake up. If I'm now we're talking about when I'm going for something else than a defensive option, right?
Well, yeah. So like when he's got you in like a tech chase or a knockdown, and he's late, you're always reacting. You're always reacting with like the instant fastest like in place option, and he's always like when he's late, he's waiting it out a lot and like hitting you afterwards. When you can just like dash near his face. So
Right.
it's a lot about if you know he's gonna be late, then instead of doing like the level 1 thing in place, recognizing that he's going to be late and killing him for it, hitting him for it, because he's very confident.
It's too much for me. I was following in the beginning.
Yeah,
I think I understand what I'm doing.
yeah,
Basically the double down technique, right?
yeah, sort of. So like you're doing like an up smash in place or like a shine in place instead of like a dash attack or something that's more range.
Yeah, I understand.
Oh yeah, this is live commentary and live footage. Bose is playing Mojo Hands right now, and that's why I'm muting myself because I don't really want to distract him too much. So he's playing right now, and I'm just watching it via Discord and commentating over it and like giving my thoughts on it. His internet's kind of bad, so that's why it's pretty choppy, but it's fine for me. I don't really mind if it's a little bit choppy because I still get like the information.
I'm gonna do the thing. I'm gonna start doing the thing already.
I'm ready.
Oh.
Ooh, he reacted that surprised even me.
Sick.
That was very sick.
I need to do the thing or I will lose.
I don't know what the thing is.
I haven't
Not
done
gonna
it
lie.
yet.
Oh, that was so good. Mojo Hands did really good stuff right
I haven't
there.
been able to.
No, Mojo Hands kind of has had you on lockdown, not gonna lie.
Oh, he's punishing so hard.
Yep, he's hitting everything at the moment.
Stop hitting me!
That was very well done by him.
I'll do the thing soon, I just need to be able to play.
Yeah.
Okay, watch me.
That backer is so good. I see what you were talking about, yeah. That backer is so good.
I was doing it very obviously.
Yeah. It's a great mix-up, if nothing else.
Okay.
Okay, so I criticized him for, always shining out of shield, but if he's gonna hit the wave shine grab, then who gives a fuck, right?
We got that? Oh.
I'm not gonna be mad if he's actually hitting the punish afterward. He thought he made it to ledge. He did not make it to ledge. Oh, sometimes Bose is the fastest player in the universe. For no reason whatsoever. Good shine. Oh yeah. Turned around by mistake. You just run up smashes there. Like, if you CC the down smash, just up smash.
I didn't have the up smash in there, I could feel it.
Okay, fair enough. If he recognizes it. Yeah, I actually commented on the exact thing. But if you recognize it, I'm not making a big stink out of it.
No, dude, that's what I go for the best thing. Sometimes when I feel I can get it, and sometimes I just feel like my hands are not in position to get it.
Yeah,
So
and that's what I was talking about earlier, with just like timing mix-ups and doing nothing. When you recognize that I'm not gonna hit this. So it's very good that you're like doing it. That kill.
Yeah.
Why is Fox so good?
Yeah, I know, dude. It was not my idea to go for NTSC.
No, it was mine. That was a rhetorical question. Fox should be better, faster, stronger. Oh! I knew it. That was really good.
Thank you.
I call that the Leffen.
No, I thought I spaced that.
You actually, it's very hard to space outside her grab range with down air. It's easier with nair, but there you like almost never can.
Oh, this is fucking me up.
I mentioned it before. He always does the binary thing, and Sheik is so good at punishing the binary thing. You saw he short him naired from the platform.
Oh,
and
I'll take that.
He's done that short up nair from the platform so many times, and he's losing from it.
I tried to get the tech.
Yeah. You want to know a very easy thing you can change that'll like make you lose less? You're doing short up nairs from the side platform, and there's like no way you can threaten him whatsoever except that single nair. And because of that, he's always hitting you every single time. There's like,
bad. I should just
yeah.
waveland them.
Well, the thing is, the rule of thumb is if there's a position where there's only one way you can be threatening, you shouldn't be in position. Like you should just switch position. So like instead of doing that short up nair out, it's decent. Yeah. It's decent against Falco sometimes because you can like. It's really hard for him to move out of the way, and like you can sometimes mix it up. But in most cases, it's like don't do the nair, just like go down from the platform, right? It's actually interesting that
I get that. It's like attacking when you have double jumped. It's like a stupid,
it's the exact same thing. It's interesting that Mojo Hands has so many good secondaries. It makes this a lot more like dynamic because I get to see so many different weaknesses and how Bose has the weaknesses in multiple matchups and not just, you know, Falco or just Fox or whatever. The fact that he's playing all these different characters and I can see that like he still does the same mistake in all of these matchups. It makes it very easy for me to like be confident in, you know, talking about it or like correcting him about it later. I think I've seen enough to like talk a bunch about it, so I don't know how much more you want to play, but I've definitely got a lot to talk about.
I just wish I got some more Fox, because that was the matchup I actually wanted to work on.
It's fair enough.
So maybe, I agree, we don't have to play that much more. And
ask if he wants to go Fox.
What?
If you want, you can just ask him if he wants to go Fox.
Yeah, I'll do that after this game.
Yeah.
And if we get some good Fox footage, then it's maybe good for the playing.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the... there's a ton of things I've noticed that he doesn't like every matchup, which is the best things to point out, right? Because if they're constant in every matchup, it means that it's something that's like... It's not something that... It's something that's fairly ingrained, is what I'm trying to say. Oh, English hard sometimes. Messed that up. Good back here. Trades with everything, or beats everything.
I'll try to take this back.
I would have done another up tilt there. The back just ends it early.
Okay.
He's getting so stuck on the platform.
Oh, it did. Holy shit. I'll ask him if I can go Fox.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't mean to be like rude in any way. He's obviously a good player, but if you're new to Melee and watching this, for example, this is a good example of how someone who's like very, very proficient at the game and obviously like probably better than average can still have these like very easy to spot consistent holes in their game plan, right? And that's something that we always have to take to heart in Melee, that there's every single player in the world.
In the chat?
What did you say?
Am I getting flamed in the chat like an object? Not a
person, no.
Just a
no
fox.
one has said any. No one has said anything.
Really
no one has said anything mad about you. One of them said Waveshine grab is pretty hype when you did that, because I was like, one of the things I was commentating on was that you don't tend to recognize when you can get like a meteor punish out of shield. You always default to like the easiest shine out of shield. So I was like, oh, he needs to start like grabbing if Mojo Hands whiffs a dash attack, right? Or like up smashing if he whiffs a dash attack, and then you wave shine grabbed him. I was like, I can't complain if you're gonna hit the perfect, you know, technical punish.
He told me that he will play Fox. He just wants to one more CF game.
Oh, okay, no worries.
Okay, that's weird.
That Narita is very good that he did the full jump there. I hope Booster comes to locals when they slash if.
I got the both.
I'm happy. You did not bad. He did the platform texture stuff.
Custom stuff.
Yup.
I haven't done that before. Just hitting that up air as a confirm.
Nice that you got it now. Always exploring, learning new things.
Yeah.
That was a misclick. Not even gonna comment on it. That nair. It was laggy, so you couldn't see it that much, but he did the exact nair at the exact spacing I was talking about.
I think I mixed him up there.
Just realized CF is Captain Falcon, yup. Nairing to the platform there is a lot better than nairing down from the platform, but it's still like a pretty whack spot for him to be.
Let's see it.
Yeah, he gave up. He's like, oh fuck
really,
it, let's
really
go Fox.
right now.
Yeah, let's go Fox Ditto.
Yeah, let's hope he goes Fox now.
It's now he pulls out his godlike Pichu. You get to play the Pichu matchup.
No, not the Pichu. Just played every other character in the game.
Yeah.
But not the Pichu. Okay, here it comes. Well, he has the color.
Just play the first... No, okay. Nice.
He knows.
Appreciate it. I appreciate it. Makes it easier to tell.
That's what I'm talking about, by the way, what happened there.
Yeah. Oh, smash perfect. That was so good. That I am saving that. That's something I want to talk about.
I can't do what you told me to do.
Yeah, because that was the spot where up smash does this like an objectively better version of Shine.
Yeah, that was yeah. I remember you said that to me.
Or well, yeah. They even at like higher percent, so like it's even crazier at like 80 or something, because then they go so far away if the DI away, and like they die if the DI in. But definitely, they always want to DI out there, and it's like unreactable. So if they DI out on the up smash, you get a lot more. The general rule of thumb isn't actually up smash. You up smash if they die on DI in. Gee, really? Okay, that was... Did you mean to grab ledge like that? Also, that was a shine out of shield. That should have been a shield grab. But he just doesn't shield grab. Almost. Dash back out of crouch, or even dash forward out of crouch. Can sometimes be rough. He's getting stuck in it. Yeah, too far down. You didn't want to give you the 4-stock, that's fair.
The 4-stock with the invincible shine, that's...
Yep. Also, B-Bury, thank you for the follow.
Deal with that.
Nope. Also, B-Bury, thank you for the follow, my friend.
Try to crouch.
That was a misclick. Spot dodge, stationary shine.
Did you see that?
I did.
Oh, not jump.
I'm so tilted that he doesn't recognize when he's getting like opportunities to reverse. That's a big thing. I feel like Bose like never reverses a pressure sequence. And Mojahans is eating these rolls like so bad. Because like right at the edge, Bose got down tilted on his shield and he just like did a late spot dodge afterwards when down tilt is like the easiest thing to grab or up smash in the world. And if he recognized that, he would have just, you know, killed him by now. Also, please do tell me if you think I'm being too rude or something, because that was so good. Because I don't want to make this like a toxic experience in any way. Just want to give you props because you did wake up, wave dash forward shine, and that's how you hit him because he was expecting one of those stationary.
Oh, thank you.
Options. That was very good. Grab, 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 grab. I love that he goes for that.
Oh, hold
That worked out. But it's too rude, it's very dependent on who you're talking to. Yeah, you're right. It's just, generally, it's nice to have the chat as like the judge and jury. So if like every single person in chat is like, dude, Pip, calm the fuck down. Stop being toxic. Then I know that it's like too much. But if there's one person or like no one, then I can assume that I'm at least like decently in the clear. That's very good by Mojo Hands. And now he's gonna kill him. Yep. Wow, I did not think he was gonna be that patient. Perfect timing. I like how he's going for these super fast ledge dashes.
Oh, sweet.
You won. You got it.
That was a really hard game.
It was.
I had to really focus.
Pull it out at the end. Yeah. Those are the best Ditto games though, when it's like super close. Again, I think Bose would get a lot of leverage if he sometimes, this is probably something I haven't talked about to chat, but it's something I've been thinking a lot about and had a lot of success with. It's just mixing it up so you stop playing for the hit and you start playing to not get hit. So I think Bose is always like one-dimensionally, he wants to get the hit, and he's playing to get the hit and like nothing else. I think a lot of the time, if he's in a lead, especially, it's really good sometimes to just say, I'm not gonna get hit. I don't give a shit about hitting you, I don't care. I'm not gonna chase you. Just like, I'm not getting hit.
Direction.
It's death. Barely dead from that. Yeah, these percents that nair is really good.
No way!
Wake up stationary option in place. Mojo Hands knows that there's only one timing he's doing it from. It's immediately as soon as he's out of lag, so he just falls on him with an up air. What I was gonna mention was that the way he did that nair from the side platform was a lot better because he realized it was bad and drifted back, right? And if you drift back that nair, you can start baiting them into, you know, punishing it. But that's when you stop, like, trying to hit them with it and you're just doing it to bait them. That's the only way doing that nair is decent, or like, acceptable. So I was gonna compliment him on it. Nair at 0, not really that good. Kinda just wanna downer here. With this percent. It's like now nair starts being fine. I don't like how he does his move, and then immediately once the move is over, he always like rolls out instead of dashes. I feel like a lot of time he can just dash and, you know, get where he wants to be with less lag. That's good.
That was a really difficult up smash, I didn't want to go for it.
Oh no, at that percent you go for the back air. The back air is just better there, because you don't have to, they're too high percent that can jump out of the up smash. The up smash is like, when they're at like 100 and not like much over, that's when you up smash.
He hasn't been chain guarding before now.
He hasn't been landing any grabs, he's been landing a lot of other stuff.
Try to mix it in. Oh,
Nice. I'm gonna be honest, I'm so happy we picked Mojo Hands for this. Instead of like, what? Up smash!
oh.
Just up for up smash, not forward. Okay, it worked out.
Finally got it.
It worked out.
So
I assume The forward throws were unintentional.
What?
I assume the forward throws were unintentional.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, good.
Yes, it was unintentional.
Yeah, I was just gonna check.
Didn't you like them?
That's... Yeah.
He's doing nothing from the ledge. I'm just now realizing. And
Yep.
and then if I just stand there, he can really only roll.
Yep.
I tried to shine and it didn't come out.
That happens sometimes. Goodbye, stock. Up tilt. I don't know why I went to top plat there. I just follow him with like a back here. Or upper. Nice. If you're in that position, it's very good to recognize that you can just react to them mistaking up smashing immediately. That's good.
Yeah, I just expected not to get that really.
Right, yeah, you can... It's actually like, if you're right next to them, it's so easy. So, I thought you reacted. You waited like...
Well,
good
you
amount.
never know.
Oh. Bear. I don't know, man. I think he's starting to feel himself too much.
Look at me. I'm not doing the thing.
Yeah, and see, you won because you didn't. And you saw how he shielded like at center stage. He did that because he expected you to do the nair.
He respected the stupid nair.
Yeah, well, he would have beaten you for it. He would have gotten a shield grab from it. Because it's not safe in any way. So you not doing it gave you the stock there.
Yeah, I mean, you can fake that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That's the good thing about it.
The one thing I mentioned was... Against Captain Falcon on Dreamland, one of the games, like the last game, you did the nair and you like realized it was bad, so you drifted it back, and he got so messed up because that was the first time you drifted it back. And I was like, okay, this is the one way it's fine to do. It's when you're not trying to hit them, but you're trying to bait them. Like anything else is not good, but baiting them with it is decent sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, like if I... No! He was in there with me. I was trying to do it.
Get the roll. You messed the dash up. That's fine. You'll get there eventually. I'm not gonna comment on like punish game mistakes. I don't think that's like... You know as much as I do. We've talked about it. I'm mostly looking at neutral stuff right now.
Yeah, but I do think the punish game is what will make me improve the most now. Yeah,
it's just that it's kind of uninteresting to me.
I probably know it. I just need to.
Yeah,
it, so.
Yeah. So I'm mostly looking. Like I can already tell you that there's like 3 or 4 things that you've done in every matchup that Mojo has gone. That is like if you fix those like 3 or 4 things, you're gonna do like 10 times better immediately.
Yeah. Oh, I got that one.
Well done. Because I really do think that Bose is really good in the situation he's good. And then there's just these like handful of situations where it's really bad.
Okay.
And shoring up those weaknesses will go a long, long way. I might actually say that.
He thinks I will attack?
You almost got it.
It's the most custom thing I've ever done. I'm trying to do more streamlined stuff here and it's absolutely not working.
No, I saw you go for the shine there and I did the eyebrow raise. I'm like, Oh! Nice.
Thank you.
Good recognition.
That's more pipsqueak stuff. We need more pipsqueak punishes. I'm gonna go for them now.
Good recognition there. I might have defaulted to just bearing there, but then they get at least like one edge guard mix up a lot of times. So just knowing that you have time
He's
to get the up
never
smash is a lot
actually
better.
landing with an attack.
Nope. Stationary stuff. I mentioned it before.
Right.
Yeah. I'm clipping it because he got hit there because Mojo Hands was just waiting.
What's happening? Roll is not stationary. That was. It looked like it actually almost mixed him up. Okay, I'm gonna get it into gear.
Okay,
Just
I believe
tell
in
me
you.
when you want.
Do you want to do like? Can you actually ask him if you want to do like a series best of 5?
Okay, that sounds good.
And then we can call it after that.
Oh, he says, Joe the CF wanna play the last games. We are stoned.
Okay, so that's another CF player. Sounds good. Oh, is that fucking what's his tag? Is that? I don't remember what his tag is.
I think he's stomping me.
Oh yeah, he's stomping you, dude. Let me see here. Oh yeah, it's in
He
Discord.
wants to-
I was like, I was gonna check a thing, but then I was like, wait, where's my Discord? And I realized, wait, I was doing the screen sharing stuff with you.
Right. We are not really in the mood. What you
Okay,
wanna do
then
Pip? They don't wanna do it to 5.
I'm fine with just running it out now because I have a lot to talk about. So I'm
Yeah.
fine with calling it here.
Yeah. So yeah, that's fine with me too.
Yeah, I kind of wanna. What I wanna do is I wanna load up the game with you and go over some of the stuff that I noticed, and then also you might be able to see it on stream, or I'll send you like clips of what I'm talking about.
Yeah. When we get better at this stuff, we can probably do it much faster too, and more
Yeah.
efficiently.
Yep, for
And
sure.
I'll tell them we are done now.
Yeah. Perfect.
Just writing some nice stuff to him.
Yeah.
He was really good with all his characters. It was really impressive.
He is. He really is.
Super good fundamentals.
Yeah, he's like equally good with all of them.
Yeah, it felt like almost equal, and the Falco is really dangerous too.
Yeah. Yeah, his Falco is definitely the best one. It's like the most. You know how I mentioned that he might make you look and feel dumb, but once you get past this like initial layer, he kind of crumbles. That's the most true with Falco, and he'll definitely just kind of fall apart with him. But he's also the hardest one to get through.
Oh yeah, the Falco was very oppressive.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to load up the game?
Yes.
I need your code in that case.
Yes, it's easiest that way. I am starting the game. You can turn off screen share as well.
Yeah, sure. It was working really well with the screen share. I was happy to see that.
It was. My code is PIP827.
Okay.
What's your code? Actually.
Bose 817. And your was Pip what?
827.
Okay. All right.
Wait, was your 817?
817, yeah.
Lamau, we almost got the same. We almost got the same one.
Maybe,
oh no,
maybe Fizzy did some stuff to make them more recognizable. I did the wrong box color.
No, I switched color. I switched color in order to not be white, so you can be white.
Well, I did too, so...
okay, never mind. We've been here before. You can go white. I'll stay.
Thank you. Where should we go? Is there any stage you want to go on?
It's easiest on Battlefield.
Battlefield, okay.
So, Let's see, break it down like in steps, I guess is easiest. So I'll definitely start with just some general things, but I've got a ton of clips that we can like look at on stream and stuff.
Oh,
But
that's so
first of
cool.
all, it's just like the thing you did at the start before I mention it. It's like whenever you get put on a platform here, you always go for this nair, right? You always go for this nair. And what I tend to do is I tend to do the nair like drift back, like not even attempt to hit him, because if I do this nair, they're always like expecting me to go into him, and like that's the only time I'll do it, because everyone does the autopilot, you know, like short up nair forward, and it's so easy to deal with. It's like it doesn't even have that good of a reward. So that's just like one thing I just want you to have out of your gameplay. It's like fine to do it if you drift back.
Yeah, I agree. That's just a stupid habit.
So in general, I noticed that whenever you get put in situations which are like, they're not quite like checkmate, but they're a very streamlined situation where it's very binary. There's like one or two things you can do.
So that's check, basically. That's a force move.
Yeah, and in those spots, what you want to do generally is you don't want to play it. You just want to say, no, I'm not playing the situation. Let's switch to another game state, right? And this is a very good example, because like, you never do that. You always play the mix-ups. So like one thing is that Leffen, this is something he does against everyone. So say you're on the platform. Say you're on the platform like shielding here. He's done something. This is how he beat everyone with Roy. He literally, so like you're at where I'm at now. He literally just stands here and like waits for you to shield drop back here and then grabs you. And it's like, you chose to play that situation where you only have one way to threaten him. You're like slightly too far away to, you know, wave dash off and then do it. So since you're slightly too far away, you can literally only attack him with that back here, right? So he literally just stands there under, and he'll stand there for like 10 seconds. Like, yeah, what are you gonna do? Like, there's only one way you can play this.
But
and in
that's different. Then it's Leffen is playing the situation right, and the other person is doing the checkmate dumb stuff.
Yes, exactly. And that's what I'm talking about.
I'm gonna be really stupid now. Sometimes I do the right thing. Like, way dashing to the ledge is one way to reset it, right? I sometimes do that. If I'm in a bad situation here, that's a way to like change the situation to a better one, right?
There's so many ways to do it, but generally the two best ones are to go to ledge or to go to top plat. If you go to top plat, generally in like 90% of the cases, you get a really, really hard to deal with 50-50, and in some matchups you get down for free. So like, say you're playing a Peach, for example, and she's pressuring you on side platform. You literally go up here and you see where she is, and you jump to the other side, and you're like, okay, we're neutral. Nice, I'm reset. And like against Roy in the same way, like literally just saying, oh, I'm a full jump, take top plat, and then doing whatever I want, right? And not playing that situation, or like, first of all, you have to recognize that you're in that situation, and that's kind of big, because sometimes it's not actually a check, but it is against most human players. So like in this spot, everyone...
Not a check?
No, it's not actually a check, but because people are very, very predictable, it's like...
I understand. It's like, it's not a check, it's just... well, what you're saying is that I am in a bad situation where I can, if I choose to fight you, my options are very limited, right? But I can make the choice not to fight you. And
well, not only that. What I'm moving to now is that you can fight it. It's just that 99% of the players only know one way to fight it, but there's actually like two or three. So like in this situation, this is actually why I'm using it as an example, because Leffen literally like hit me with it on his stream once, and I was like, I'm so fucking stupid, because he did it like 4 times. And it's that everyone in this spot, they always do the shield drop back here. But you can literally just do that. You can literally just do it. It's unreactable. So like, you're in the situation and you have a way to fight it. So like, if you know that he's only looking for the shield drop back here, you just hit him, right? But because 99% of players aren't thinking about that, they're gonna fall for, you know, doing the bad option.
Everyone is so hot with the shield drops. Even still, because before shield drops was so hard, right? And so now everybody is like, I can do it. I will do it because I can do it.
So that's essentially the same situation as this nair, where the nair is even worse, because once you're in the air, you can only like mix up your drift a little bit. But like it's still sort of conceptually the same against some characters. Like maybe Marth can, as soon as you're in the air here and you've like committed to an aerial, maybe he can cover every drift, right? But if you're playing if you're playing a slower character, then going full out and going like nowhere, that's still a mix-up, right?
Yeah,
it's a worse mix-up, but even being aware that, oh fuck, I did the predictable like level 1 option, and doing the mix-up is super important. Because
you saw me after I got aware of it. When you told me, I started doing this instead.
Yeah.
And since he's expecting me to be stupid, he grabs, and that is really
you get
punishable.
a punish. Yeah, exactly. In a similar situation, the same way being on the platform is a check situation, being post-tech is also one. So if I just up throw you and you do nothing, so like if you do anything on the ground and I'm not even going for like the tech shade, say I'm like naring you from like center stage or something, you're like flying far away, it's still just like you have 2 categories of options, is how I want to put it, but you're only using 1 category. So your options in order, the ones you were doing, were
I understand.
Wake Up, roll, Wake Up, spot dodge, and Wake Up, roll, shine, down tilt, up smash, and nair in place.
Yeah.
Those were the options you were doing.
Yes.
But the issue is the roll and spot dodge, they're kind of in their own category, but all of the moves you were doing are still just a stationary threat.
That's the kind of stationary threat. I'm down with that. Yeah.
Yeah, and especially Sheik, because Sheik has the dash attack. There were so many times when you were doing it, he literally just stood outside your range and like, okay, dash attack. And what I wanted to highlight is that you essentially have to realize if he has time or not. If you think he's gonna go for like the immediate punish, or if you think he's not gonna go for it. And he never went for the immediate like, I'm going to reaction tech chase you. And the reason you do these like stationary threats is because they're fast. And if he fucks up, you hit him. But because he never went for it.
I lack an option here. When I try to teach other players, I teach them edge guarding. You know this situation here, right? Where Fox has this recovery position. And all the players, they are trying to get there, doing something to cover side B, and then this one.
Yeah.
Right? Because they think, well, what if he comes here? I will need to up tilt him. And they do it. And the reason they do it is because, well, I hope he goes here, because if he goes to the ledge, I don't know what to do about it. Because they don't have an option for it.
Yeah, and that's sort of what I think is happening here.
Yeah, that's what's happening there. I don't know how to deal with the players that's not doing the fast thing. But
are patient.
Basically. Yeah, so just waiting outside. What do I do with that?
So that's just why I want to mention that there are 2 categories and you're only using 1. So as soon as you recognize that they're waiting for you, you have 2 options. You either have the move away, displace yourself somewhat, like either towards them or away from them. Either or.
Do like that or something, right?
Well, literally just like it's up for me, and I'll like tech. Literally just dashing away and like dashing in again is 10 times better. But in general, my rule of thumb is what he was doing. He was at this range, like away, like this range away from you, because like down tilt doesn't hit. At this range, this nair is unreactable, and this dash tag is unreactable. So like as soon as you recognize that he's waiting, you always like went for like the down tilt as your longest reaching move. But you can always just do like an approaching aerial, and then they sort of have to they stop having this like comfort zone that's still threatening, because then they're like, oh, okay, so do I think he's gonna do a burst option? Well, then I gotta be like over here. Then I gotta be like kind of far away. And then you can't do anything.
If they are, and I see that, I can react with tech away.
Exactly. You can just get away. And like if they're that far away, even if you do like the stationary option, right? They're too far away to punish you. So it's like as long as you implement this, even sometimes you're forcing them to be so far away that even if you fuck up and guess wrong, they're still not gonna have time to punish you. So a lot of time, just being aware that you have time to move, essentially. So like this, especially with Captain Falcon.
Make it take a couple times, just to make me get used to doing that.
Yeah.
While you're talking, you can keep. Yeah, exactly.
So I'm just gonna like I'm gonna do it how I tend to beat immediate options, which is exactly. So like right there, I was outside your range. If you did like a down tilt or something, I would have just dashed and grabbed you.
Yeah.
But you hit me because you nared. Yeah, exactly. So I went for the dash grab there. So like if you shined on Wake Up, I would have grabbed you, and you just nared me. And that's so important to recognize, because Mojo Hands, his entire game plan, he gave up on going for like the instant, I'm gonna chase you. Like he gave up on that entirely, and he literally only like stayed at far away and like, I'm gonna.
I was always giving it to him by doing something to counter the fast stuff. But it's very seldom that I actually meet players that get the fast stuff.
Well, but even if they mess up the fast stuff, and you go for like the immediate burst nair, it doesn't matter if you're slightly slower than doing a down tilt, because they're not gonna hit it like regardless. So there's a very specific window. And this is why it's kind of good player specific, because doing the like burst nair, it beats bad players even if they were trying to go for the good stuff. And good players are going to hit it, or they're gonna, be looking out for the stationary stuff, right? So it's very useful to have in the pocket.
That good players are faster, so they will beat the nair, but bad players won't? Is that what you're saying?
What I'm saying is, against good players, they'll either they'll either probably hit the fast stuff, and if they hit the fast stuff, then you're still gonna lose with the stationary option. But if they don't hit the fast stuff, they're definitely gonna realize that they're missing. So like, wait, if you go to center stage, stand still. Yeah. So like, if I hit this nair, I realize I can't follow you. You're too far away, right? So I always know after that nair, like I'll hit this nair, and once I hit that nair, I'm going for the post wake up option. I'm not going for the immediate punish, because I know it's impossible for me to get the punish in time because I'm too far away.
Yeah, you slightly favored the favored position basically.
Yeah, and if you do like the wake up stuff, I just know, okay, I'm gonna do another nair into you, or like another dare into you or whatever, and just land on you with it. And if you do burst nair, then you beat me. And that's sort of the good player stuff. If you do the like wake up nair, it beats bad players because they're gonna miss regardless, right? They're not gonna be there fast enough. And good players.
Why haven't I never learned this? It's so elementary.
Yeah, it's mostly because, again, most people aren't. They're not consciously thinking about it and trying to punish it, and that's why I was so happy that you were playing Mojo Hands, because this was something that was like. It was happening against every single one of his characters, and he was always looking out for it. It was like the one thing that every time he got a knockdown, you were in this position, and he was like, neutral win, neutral win, neutral win.
Yeah, right, because if I was maybe going to play someone else, and most of the other players I play, they don't do that stuff, that smart stuff that beats dumb stuff, right?
Exactly.
They just try to do the optimal stuff, do it worse than top players, and
then they fail. And that's sort of, you mentioned that Mojo Hands, he sort of has the same aura of like a top player where he'll make you feel dumb. That's literally what it is. It's that he's looking out for the level 1 reactionary option and beating it. And so that was one of the main things that you, in these check options, or the ones that you have multiple options in, you've only explored like half of it. So since you've only explored half of it, it's very exploitable.
Well, okay.
And in the same way, just as like an extension, this is more of a... This isn't as concrete in that it has a lot more nuances to it. But in general, regardless of if you're in the lead or if you're down, you're always playing with the goal of hitting the opponent and never with the goal of not getting hit. You're sort of always on the chase. And I noticed that because you were always on the chase, Mojo has got very comfortable, especially with Sheik, at just like moving away from you and like doing stuff away from you, or like Lord Storms or whatever, or it's a lot easier if you're always going forward. So like you never have the timing mix up where you're half a beat late, right? So like if he's playing Sheik and he does like an F tilt, if you instead of like going at him decided to do a small like dash dance, you know, one fast dash and then mix up the timing, you get to whiff punish him. And a lot of time I saw like multiple neutral situations where he'd like roll away. Wait, good example. Wait, shield. Can you shield and like buffer a roll?
Yeah.
So if you do that and I hit the nair on your shield,
I
know that I'm not gonna reach the roll in time. There's no way I get the roll in time. So what I'll do is I'll play the neutral situation and like wait it out. But what you always did, you were always like after it. And then he got time to shield again, got time to, you know, reposition. As Falcon in the beginning, like the first few games, you got like Lord Stomped a lot. Like he just like rolled away and then Lord Stomp.
Yeah, I saw that.
So that was like the same sort of idea.
That's a huge habit of mine actually, the always chase down thing. And that is why I asked Present about playing the stage. Because I figure that is just being content that I have a small edge and don't need to press it any further.
Yeah.
Basically. So that's why I want to kind of get into that, to defeat that habit.
It's very useful. Also, Triff. No, I'm not gonna play any games later today. Sorry. So what I'll tend to do, and this is actually if you watch my set versus Issar, for example. Actually, I think I've said what I have to say that requires the game, or like I don't think I have to have the game open. I have a lot of clips instead. So I think I've got a lot of like highlights that I've saved. So I'll close the game and you can like I'll screen share with you and share screen. Yes. So first of all, before I go into all of the highlights of our session here, I'm gonna do I'm gonna load up my set versus Issar. What I did was halfway through the set, I got a 1-stock lead, and when I got the 1-stock lead, I said I have no reason to approach here. I don't need to push the advantage. And then he just didn't know what to do. Like he had no answer whatsoever, and that's sort of very, very important to have the option of just like switching your game plan. So instead of trying to end the game earlier, you just like
so with Fox, one thing I've been thinking about for many years is having the being able to have at least 2 different kinds of tempo in your game, and then switch between them at will to mix up the timings of your opponent, and that's kind of what I've been going for. But I think I am much better at playing the fast pace and worse at playing the slow pace. I think more people are better at the slow pace.
No, I think a lot of people are just like they're trying to play the fast pace, but they sort of have to compensate and play the slow pace because they're not good enough at the fast pace, right? It's sort of like
kind of what
it's a halfway compromise. They're not really doing either. I think a lot of players can fall into.
Yeah.
Well, they're sort of like meandering.
Very well, but I need to properly learn this. What I'm calling playing for stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to look at specifically this game with Issar, because in this game I get a massive lead. And first of all, I mentioned some stuff with like Nair and how you can sort of like invalidate Falcon with specific spacings, right?
Yeah.
But even beyond that, like just how I play neutral in the beginning, I get like 1 lead, and as soon as I get the lead, I think I extend it for like 2 stocks, and after that, he's like going in the corner. He's playing in the corner very like safely. Also, right there.
Yeah, I saw it. You went for the stuffs.
Yeah, I knew that I wasn't gonna be there fast enough, so I was like, okay, I'm covering what he's doing afterward.
Yeah. With just a bear, just having a hitbox out, and you still have time to punish if he goes for something.
So I get all this lead, and here's where I decide. I think this is where I decide that I have a full stock lead. I literally don't have to do anything. And now I'm playing like not to get hit. Like I'm not even the back air isn't gonna get a combo. It doesn't really matter. It's just a hitbox that's out.
Pipsqueak, I can't really watch. It's like
Oh, it's a slideshow. Can you watch the stream instead? The stream is like way better.
How much delay is it on the stream?
Not much. It's like less than a second.
Oh, that's good. Then I'll do that. Do you have the link for me?
Yeah, in 1 second. Actually, there it is. I found the link. I found the link. We're good. Here's the link for you, my friend.
Thank you.
So, this should be a lot better. So,
I gotta watch an ad and support you, and then I can.
I don't actually get any money from the ad. I'm pretty sure I have to be a partner to get anything from the ad. Yeah, I have to be a partner.
Stay on the channel to support the stream. It says. I will.
Okay. Well, I might be wrong. It might actually be giving me, but it didn't before. It was like a while since I checked, like a year. But they might have changed it. I know they've given like more benefits for affiliates earlier. Are you in the stream?
Yeah, I'm in the stream. I can see.
Okay, so the way I'm playing the stock is essentially like I think I take it, and as soon as I've taken it, I realize that I don't have to do anything. Like right here, I'm playing the center stage, the spacing I was talking about, and the risks I'm taking are very calculated. And he's sort of like giving me the hits. He's like meandering into my moves, but like here, the risks I'm taking are very small, and I'm playing to survive and like frustrate him. And you see how he's always going into me, and I'm just like having a hitbox out. And it's sort of like where Mojo Hands was versus you, because like you were always like going into him. Yeah. And if I just like stuff you, then it's very, very hard to deal with. So I think here I'm invincible. I'm stuffing. I did a full jump back here. Like I'm not really moving towards him. Like he goes into like.
To be honest, like that's what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm just like playing the absolute like keep this lead, and then he's throwing himself at me and losing his stock because of it. Like right here, okay, I took very, very small risks. I'm still like dash dancing around, timing mix up, and that entire thing where you take your time and recognize that I don't have to do the first thing. That's sort of like so powerful. And when you play, you always do the thing immediately, so to speak.
Yeah.
You always like feel like you have to have the gas on. And right here.
But wasn't I able to mix up the timings later, or what, did I actually do that all the session?
So what you did was I felt like you almost had like some wake up moments. It's like very weird where you played one way most of the time, and then you had like two stocks out of nowhere where you're like, okay, I'm gonna do everything perfectly, and I'm gonna wait, and I'm gonna react like his in place option, right? His wake up option, and I'm gonna punish him. And like those games you did exceptionally well, and I definitely feel like you moved, you sort of like picked and choosed. You sort of like had these moments, but in majority, no, you didn't.
Yeah, okay, can we talk about that for a second? Because I think that's a bit of how I'm playing the game. I've been playing NetPlay for a long while now, right? And I think I'm usually just doing my thing and beating people with it until the moment people challenge me and make me realize it's not gonna work. And then I'm like, it's like pushing my brain, like pressing the brain muscle as hard as I can. And that's basically me trying to adapt. And then I start doing different stuff. I'm not quite sure what it is, but it sounds like that's when I'm playing well. But Armada kind of that he's playing super well, and then Armada, he plays super duper well.
Yeah.
And then when people start beating him, he goes into this crazy Titan mad mode.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's kind of the same, but he just does what I'm doing. I'm doing the stupid stuff, or I don't know, just approach at least. While he's doing solid play as his basic, right?
I think that the big difference was that the times you were doing the right stuff was sort of when you got comfortable. In that,
Okay.
when you're, I feel like sort of the stress that you're talking about, the stress of like, I have to trump my opponent, I have to figure out the next move. That's sort of the premise that sets you up to fail in terms of tempo, in terms of like, you know, timing mix-ups and all of that. This clip was just a random one I put up, and it's a pretty good example of you both started the match and he's taking it slow. And I at the very, very beginning of the session, I said, in this matchup, I feel like you have to match the opponent Fox, right? And what I mean by that is defense beats offense up to a degree, and the one who has a lead can sort of dictate the pace, and if you do what they want you to, then you're gonna lose. And in this case, you're both even. You have no reason to, like, you know, push the trigger, but you do, like, kind of over and over, wake up option in place, like panic option, and then it's like spot dodge. It's like all of these panic options, and now it's like, okay, something in place. And the times where you did like everything right, you got like half a stock lead or something. And when you got half a stock lead, you're like, okay, I don't have to do anything. And as soon as you said I don't have to do anything, I feel like you did a lot better just in general. Like, I think this is a pretty good example. Like, right now, you're going to, okay, that Nair is the one we talked about as bad, but in general, just like you're going to the platforms, you're sort of like dash dancing around a little bit, taking it easy. Like this here, when you have the lead, you're playing kind of like a top player. You're taking it chill. Oh, he's far away. I can shield. He can't really do anything, right? If he's in the air, I'm not scared. I'm just gonna shield. So just like the way you're not stressed and you're taking it chill, like this is what I talked about before, by the way, that Falcon isn't really scary when he's in the air. So when he's this far away, it's like, oh, he's probably gonna do an aerial. Let me just like shield and I'll be safe. And then you take it chill, and then you hit him afterwards because Captain Falcon sucks. And it's like a lot of these, like, I'm in the lead, I'm taking it slow. That's when you do like really well.
Well, the reason I'm playing like that, I guess, Falcon, is kind of a matchup thing. At least that's how I'm going about it. I feel like I can't just burst through him in any way, so I won't try to. Basically. Yeah,
that he's the best character probably at like dealing with the super high speed stuff. In that, actually, let's while I've been talking about this like super not matchup specific stuff, but like general stuff, I want to actually go back into the game. No, it might actually be better to look here. I'm gonna actually just load up the set and give some examples, because I talked about some specific like Captain Falcon matchup stuff, right? And I felt like the stress you were feeling was
I'm not sure if I'm feeling stressed. That's kind of my level 1 play, just going at
okay. Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm calling it stress, but you're right. It's just like your default play.
It's like how you expect people to feel when they're like playing like.
Yeah, like it's not really. Yeah, that's sort of the connection I'm making. Here's a good example. So I talked about the spacing where your Nair like beats whatever he's doing. Yes. This is sort of the spacing I was talking about. It's like right here. So I dash a little bit before I do it. But like if he does a Nair in place, like even if he does it in place, my Nair hits between his first and second hit. And if he does it, if he does it forward, you hit him before his first hit comes out. So like he does it forward, he loses, and he does it in place, I hit in between his hits, right? And then you sort of get the mix-up, right? Because if he's grounded and doesn't do an aerial, then he does the dash dance grab stuff, and that's when I'm doing like the timing mix-ups, where I'm like, either I do the Nair or I wait a little bit and then do like a dash and grab or something if I think you're gonna be on the ground, right? Or like I'm going slightly further forward.
Yeah.
I got like a lot of success just doing that kind of thing. That fair was an Nair, but you did the same idea. Like if he does anything forward, I trade or beat him. If he does it like in place, I hit in between. And that's sort of like a kind of a keystone in this matchup, being able to realize where you have full control of the space. So that this here, I hate how far back I have to go, but we talked about like get up stuff, get up options. So I hit this up tilt, I hit the second up tilt. I realize I'm gonna be late here. As soon as this up bear whiffs, there's no way I'm catching his roll. But he's Captain Falcon. He's Captain Falcon, and you know how our model said like you want to be up in his face and doing stuff?
Yes.
This is the position that this is how I get into that spot. And I talked about how you don't always want to go into him. Well, Captain Falcon, you kind of do. So
yes,
I realized that there's nothing he can do to like threaten me as is throw what aerials at him.
Why not? He has to roll again or something.
Right? Yeah, and that was sort of what I was talking about. Like, you don't do that in neutral, but as soon as you've got like the hit on shield, the knockdown, or the pressure sequence, or whatever, yeah, that's when you can start doing it. It's like the way I'm playing in neutral, I'm sort of just taking it. I'm doing a lot of nairs, but I'm doing them not really with the intent of like hitting him. Like these nairs, they're not meant to hit him, and the way I'm doing them, I can dash back like before he can stomp me, right? So wait, yeah.
They worked because he was trying to run back from you. If he actually tried to grab them, he could get them, but he was trying to just stay away from them.
Well, you see how I'm dashing back afterwards? Most of the time, I'm drifting these like kind of back, or I have earlier in the set. I'm looking out specifically for the grab, right? So like this jab here is to beat the grab. He's at high %. And the dash back before was to beat the grab. It's sort of what I'm talking about, where I'm beating the nair out that he's trying to do, and I'm just like...
Yeah.
Still playing around the grab. And right here, like why should I do anything? See how he kind of checked himself here. Like I put this pressure on him. I'm up a full stock. I feel like I don't have to do anything. There's no pressure for me. He does this aerial, I react. I'm like, what are you gonna do now? And then I get this free pressure, right? And that's sort of what I want you to switch between, the onus on you to approach and the onus on just like reacting to what they're doing.
Yeah, I think for me for my style, I think if I'm strong enough at that style that I can punish them whenever they want to outweight my offense. If I'm ready to pull that and be consistent at this kind of play in those moments, that's good enough. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Because maybe you are doing it as your first option, right?
No. I had to practice so much to actually start doing this, because I used to just spam shine nair shine on people, and that was how I got like decent. Like I used to literally only run in, and this is something I've thought a lot about in order to like implement, and I've done it very consciously because I realized I had the same weakness.
Well, I think you misunderstood me a little bit. I'm talking about game plan. This is the first part of your game plan, right? Before.
Oh yeah. Yeah. This is how I've structured the game plan now in hindsight, but I used to mostly run in.
Right. Yeah, I see. Well, I'm thinking that maybe I can make my stuff work if I know when to mix in the waiting game.
Yes, it's literally just like the same way with like if you're in a tech situation and you're only doing stationary options, then it's really easy to beat. But if you've started doing like the dash nair, then suddenly the stationary options are a lot better because they feel pressure to like do something fast, because otherwise you're just gonna nair them.
Yes, exactly. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
I need to get good at actually playing this waiting game then, and I'm not quite sure how to go about it. Is it just
the key for me was just
do you have clips of it, of situations where I could have gone for something?
I have a lot of clips. It might take a little while to dig through to like a super relevant one, but yeah, there's definitely some in here. Okay, right here, immediate example. So you hit this punish here, and you get the follow up. There's no way you're reaching this. It's completely impossible, right? And you're like, I have to do something. And you do the nair, and then he's already like done the roll. You didn't look out for his option. You were like, I have to do something. When doing nothing there is like a lot more powerful. Already here, like, as soon as he's hit, this is something that I feel is a very good indicator that you're in this like default where you're always feeling pressure to do something. It's when both you and your opponent are like whiffing stuff back and forth. So like he does the roll in here, he jabs you, and you're like, I have to do something down tilt, I have to do something up tilt, I have to do something back air. When just like saying, no, wait, I'm a dash back a little bit, and then react, right? Like reset situation is very powerful. And like already here, there's a lot of spots where it's like you can kind of take it slow, and then you did this, and I was like, yeah, sick, you got this, and this I was very proud of.
Oh, that up there, I gotta keep doing that one.
That was sick. Okay, he reads you, yeah.
This is my getting tilted game, I think. I don't know, not quite tilted, but just throwing it away.
Yeah.
What? Okay, that's not good.
That right there was one example of it where that was like really good. You did this like waveland mix up, and you tried to punish him afterwards. That was a very good example of just a timing mix up where you didn't feel pressure to do something immediately. Also, Fade. Yeah, 1 second. 1 second. Fade, thank you for the raid. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm doing like a lesson with Bose here, and we're in the tail ends of it. So you got this punish here, and here where you like whiffed it up, instead of like doing an aerial back or something, you did this like waveland and then went for the grab. So just the fact that you were like he thought you were gonna do an aerial and you just wavelanded back. That was an example of like being half a beat later and having the time mix up.
Yeah. Oh hey, Faith.
Oh yeah, she. Oh yeah, she.
I'll never forget those doubles, dude. I was screaming my heart out. I just remember it being really silly. And really funny.
See.
So it's probably coming here, right?
This is sort of another example. Yeah, that's the nair I was talking about. But even before, like, why do you feel pressured here? So you get hit here, you hit this nair, and you're dash dancing. Why do you feel pressured to do this? What's going through your head when you're like, I have to do something here?
Really good.
Oh, I did the thing, the full jump. Basically,
well,
the idea is coming behind Sheik, but he just runs away from me.
Well, that's sort of what I'm talking about, where you're doing stuff preemptively and not really reacting, right? Because the way I do that nair is I see that there's space for it, and then I go for it, right? So you
I just did it.
Yeah, you just did it like without really considering situations. Like right here, he's obviously too far away. He's like under the platform. So
yeah, it's pretty obvious to be honest.
You want to do it?
Throwing it in.
Yeah. Generally, the way I do it, and this is also like why it's a good mix-up, is just that when the spacing I want to play is like almost like half of this, like slightly more, like here maybe. That's like the distance I normally play at. And when they start like, walking forward, doing F-tilt or like dash attacks and stuff, when they're in that prime position, that's when that back air is super good. But yeah, it's just like, and like even here, you get counter hit, or like you get hit on the way down, and then you immediately feel like you have to do something again. Like you're never taking the moment to reset. So like if you're playing Prof here, if you're playing Android here, and he gets this back here, he'll immediately have turned around and done a fair on the way down. And you'll get hit again, and then you'll be knocked down. And it's like the way you beat that is by dashing back and, resetting to neutral. And again, like you wake up, you're like, okay, I'm gonna do my nair from the side platform.
Oh god, don't tell it to me. If it's too real.
Yeah, so there's it's pretty extreme. This was one of the times where I was like, oh, he did this really good thing, right? So before you'd gotten hit here, and it might be because it's a dash attack, so it's kind of like you're aware of how much lag it has. You feel very comfortable in the situation. So now you're doing like the wave dash shine instead of something in place. But I pointed it out as like there he did something that wasn't
Yeah,
stationary.
it's probably a reaction and trying to actually punish the dash
Yeah.
attack. But yeah, that's more of a. It's still the same greed. It's basically it looks like I can get something, and I'm going for it.
Yeah. Oh, another perfect example here. You essentially don't recognize when you can't get there in time. So like, as soon as you're in the jab lag, there's no way you're making this. So you cannot reach it.
Everybody's telling me that I should learn to do the tech chasing, and that's why I'm so bad at it. You just need to do it more, they say, and I do it more and I miss it more.
Well, no, the big thing is that you're doing it when you're in a condition where it's not a reaction, but an actual like impossible game state. So
yes, I see.
So in this case specifically, you wait. Oh, it's gone past already. So yeah, you hit this and you hit the jab. This jab locks you out of doing the reaction. Like this.
Yeah, I see.
And that's just one of the examples where I'm like, okay, so you have to recognize that you're not gonna make it there in time. So if you hit the reaction, but the jab just like put you in lag for too long.
Oh.
So there's a lot of situations like that where you think you have time when you don't. Also, this entire thing is also one of those things where I'm like, what I do is I'd like mentally reset and say, okay, let me calm down, right? Because right now, I might do the first backer here, like the full jump backer you did. I might do that one. But as soon as I've done that, I've made enough space to reset to neutral, basically, right?
Right.
But you feel like you're still scared after gaining the space from that backer. So you do this rolling, right?
When I see it in hindsight, I feel like I should just dash off stage and go for the ledge or something.
Yeah, something to like reset the situation so that you don't have to play the like very predictable, because that's the issue with this. It might be that every single move you're doing here is good, but they come in a chain, a sequence, where as soon as you've done the first one, it's very obvious that you're gonna do the other one. So like, because you've always felt so compelled to do like everything as fast as possible, and you're never like you're never not chaining multiple things together. As soon as you've done this back here, it's very obvious you're gonna do something. You're either gonna run in air or dash or roll or whatever. And if you just take the time to reset every now and then, it becomes a very different beast.
So my cue should be resetting way more often.
Yeah, it's just like you have to recognize that when you're in disadvantage, you're essentially always playing the check position. It might not be obvious exactly how, but every player has this like automatic reaction. I'm getting pressured, I have to do X thing. And as the set progresses, as the games progress, you're getting more into these automatic reactions, right? And that's why it's very, very valuable to consciously like go against it. So you do the back air, and because you feel pressured, you do the next thing in the chain. But because you've played the person for a while, they've seen you and your habit to always like chain these things together, so they know to be prepared for the next option. While if you like mix in doing nothing or backing away, then suddenly it's a lot harder to deal with.
Yeah, right. But that means I need to have a bigger repertoire, because I'm still gonna do something. It's just is that something an erratic behavior or something that's just repositioning me to a better spot? Or
I think the way I conceptualize this, the way I think about this to make it easier, is that I break it down into getting out of disadvantage or getting a hit.
That felt really good.
And you're always, when you're in disadvantage, there's like, a Venn diagram. You know how getting a hit on the opponent is like way more specific than getting out of disadvantage, right? So getting a hit.
Is that what you're saying?
Like, a good example would be like hitting the opponent would mean doing a wake up down tilt or wake up nair or whatever. And getting out of the disadvantage would be rolling away, right? And
Yeah.
and the way I do it is I break down my actions depending on what purpose they have. So sometimes I might decide, okay, I'm gonna get the hit right now. And that's the way I feel like you're always thinking about. You're always like, how can I turn around this disadvantage into my own hit? But
Yeah,
sometimes
fight for it.
Yeah.
Somehow.
And sometimes I think it's very, very valuable to just say, I don't care about getting the turnaround hit. I just want to get out of disadvantage and reset. And from there, you like, obviously you're gonna do moves regardless. Like what I tend to do is I might do like a wake up, shine, and then I'll wave dash back. I won't wave dash forward into them, I'll wave dash back, and then they'll try to like punish where I just was. And then I've sort of like done a hybrid where I've beaten them if they were, you know, going for the immediate punish, and I've moved away in case they were trying to punish me for, you know, doing something stationary. And that's sort of like a good way to accomplish both a little bit. Or I'll like wake up and dash away, and it's not even like, I'm not even trying to think about the counter hit. I'm not even trying to think about how they might, you know, approach with an aerial, or they might do something afterwards. I'm just saying, I'm gonna get out of here, and then I'm good, and then we play again.
Yeah, maybe for my case then, to be very specific, I should consciously, when I feel pressured, I should be conscious that I have the option to dash away now and implement actually dashing away in those kind of situations. And then I have the one specific thing I can implement that I did not do, which is the burst attack kind of getting out of pressure thing.
Yeah.
But that's more of a specific. That's also trying to get a hit, but it's still just to keep them honest because I'm doing a stationary thing all the time, right?
Yeah, I think it's imagine the difference if you're playing against someone and they always do the stationary thing, and then if you're playing the same person, but every time they get knocked down, they rotate between doing an approaching nair, doing a wake up shine, and doing a dash back. It's like if they rotate those three things randomly, it's really hard to deal with, and you're really pressured to like actually get the true follow up, because otherwise it's like, fuck, I have to play neutral again, right? Well, if they're always doing the wake up thing, you're both actionable, but you're still kind of not playing neutral, right?
Yes.
So that's sort of what it is, and that's why I mentioned earlier that I can decide to play not to get hit instead of playing to get a hit, and that's sort of what I'm talking about. But mixing in those like three things, you're sort of just saying we're no longer in a check situation, because that's essentially what it is before then. Yes. But as soon as you have these mix-ups, we're in true neutral again.
Yeah.
So
it doesn't seem like I'm not able to play that, right? That's not where my weakness lies. It's more in that I always striving for more when it's not appropriate, when I'm not respecting my opponent's advantages.
Yes. And the times when you were, I felt like you did a lot better. I want to find, there was a specific one versus Fox. I think it was Battlefield. Is it this one? Yeah, so I think there was one time, let me see. Do you get a stock lead here? No, this isn't it. Where is it? Here. I wanted to find it because there was one spot where I called it out that you were. Oh no, this is me playing from earlier. That you were looking for their like immediate options, and then you were, you know, waiting that half beat, and you were respecting their option, and you weren't like doing stuff immediately.
Yeah.
And that's sort of pretty good to highlight right now. I wish I found the exact one. That's just, there's too many clips.
Yeah, what matchup was it?
I think it was versus Falco, but I could be wrong. It's not that important, really.
Maybe if you went through them
in order, yeah. It's just gonna take a little bit too long. I made too many. Oh yeah, I have a tendency of always pressing the same ones, I've realized.
That's why I realized. That's why I'm saying maybe order will be.
Yeah, it might be better. Well, so also, here's like a very good example of the microcosm. Imagine the difference here. You do the spot dodge, you hit the shine, you realize you're late. Why did you do the snare in place instead of like forward? The secondary is really good, but like...
If he did attack in place, that will hit him. I think that was the idea. Well, wasn't that it? Let me see.
No, so you spot dodged here.
No.
Yeah, you're just doing like these aerials in place, and it's sort of like the thing I was talking about. And then you did that one that was like burst forward, and you hit him.
Yeah, it's more like a zoning aerial, it looks like.
Yeah.
Or something. Oh.
Ooh, perfect example. This might be a slightly different situation, but in essence, this is the exact same situation as when you've hit a tech, when you've teched and you know that they're going to be a bit too late, right? This is the exact same situation, and you do the burst forward there and you hit him. That's like a very good example of, you know...
Oh yeah, he was trying to punish, and I
you did the burst thing. Yeah, and that's what I meant with the like dash forward nair. It's the same concept.
Yeah. I get it.
So yeah, that was a very big thing. I think I took some other stuff. But yeah, you did a ton of full jump down airs from ledge, full jump nairs from ledge, which is sort of like a lazy, you know, what's it called?
Never good? That can't be right.
Well, it's not never... full jump there is never good, because the way you did it was you did it rising, and you never want to do rising full jump there. You always want to do one that like lands close to the ground, and you never did that. You only did like immediate there. That's never good. But yeah, the aerials from ledge, just a tiny thing where the way you were doing them, they were like unsafe on hit.
Okay. Right. I'm doing this safe. This fast nair a lot. And
yeah.
It's often because people go for punishable stuff close to ledge just to call them out on it.
Oh yeah, and Mojo Hands really didn't.
What?
Mojo Hands really didn't do that.
Oh, the punishable stuff? Oh yes, he did a lot.
He did?
Yes. I got so many hits from it.
I definitely wasn't zoning in on that then. I probably noticed only the times you missed.
Okay. Yeah, well, there's a lot of people getting hit by that a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to do it only when it's like a shield grab, basically. I just do it when it looks like I can get it. That's at least what I'm trying to do with in there. But there, I haven't labbed that, I don't know. It's just, in doubles, the there is really good. Maybe not.
Generally, aerials from ledge are super good in doubles compared to singles. So I can definitely see that being like a doubles habit. Yeah, all of these three, they're literally the same like group of things. Recognize when you're late and won't reach them in time. On Wake Up, you're always doing stationary options, very predictable to play around. And the mix-up timing's mostly going for immediate actions ASAP. You're never waiting half a beat. You're always like forward, link next move immediately, right?
Yes.
But yeah, here's the Yeet and Air.
The timing mix-up thing, how does that really work?
Let me give you a very good example. So, this is Chef Ratch, Captain Falcon guide, but the thing I'm going to show works perfectly well for Fox as well. Dealing with walling. I think it's this one. So,
an entire Discord, holy shit.
Oh yeah, this is the best resource in all of Melee. Oh wow, thank you for the 3-month resub. Sorry, Alf. I'm focusing on this right now. So this Discord is probably the best Melee resource that's ever been made. I closed Dolphins so my stream died. Okay. So
players are so fucking sweaty, dude. All of them.
Yeah, this one is
it's
specifically...
amazing.
This one is just a compilation of everything. What? Talking about playing Dark... What? Oh, it's because it started auto-playing the next GIF. Tilt. So, accept cookies. This one is just running in. I want to watch it in slower speed. Where's the slower speed? But it's literally just running in normal, right? And then the second one, which is... you saw this here. Perfect example. You see how he dashes like a slight beat too late? It's unreactable. It's the exact same thing, except he decided to mix up the timing and he beat the wake up option because he did the slight dash back. And that's the same thing you do with Fox. Instead of doing the nair immediately, you do a slight like baby dash back.
Okay, so 2 baby dashes after the first one,
Yeah.
right? So that's it basically. Yeah, I should make. Oh, it's so obvious. It's the mango thing, right? It's just like it looks like you're going for one nair. You just do the very next nair. It's very simple.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this here, I hate how laggy these are. It's such a bloated site. Okay, so here he's literally doing like a baby, but it's like skipping. Why is it skipping?
Yeah, I can't really see it probably.
Yeah, but essentially he's doing like a dash forward, a slight dash back, and then he's kneeing. And the difference was literally just the slight dash makes it so the same fair whiffs instead of hitting him. It's like a stutter step.
Oh yeah. That's awesome.
And the same thing works with Fox.
Oh, I need to implement that. Just a stutter step nair.
Yeah, it's so important. A lot of what I did against Issar, like the reason a lot of these nairs work is because I'm like constantly repositioning myself in different ways to like to force him on his toes, and that's essentially the stutter step. But I might do like a wave dash or something. It's lagging too much.
Yeah, it's a little bit like Falco plays too, right? Do I do 2 lasers or 3 lasers?
Yeah, or do I do slide forward, slide backwards, or
Yeah, do I dash dance? Do I dash dance one time before I do the approach?
Or 2, or
Or 2, yeah, that kind of stuff.
It's the exact same thinking. It's the exact same thinking, and you'll see it a lot with like high level play. So one of my favorite sets to watch, you talked about the Fox Ditto, is Leffen vs Drugged Fox.
Oh really?
This set is a very good example of them both knowing like exactly how punishable everything they're going for is. They both are like exceptionally good punishes, but they know how punishable everything they're doing in neutral is. So they're both doing these like stutter steps to like mess the opponent up. Like you'll see it constantly. Maybe not when they're getting hits from invincibility, but like run up shield.
It's just a huge punish. Okay, now it's kind of neutral.
Oh yeah, you saw it there. So he waited. Oh fuck! I didn't mean to go to the next step.
He waited for Leffen to do the early back air before I did a shine out of shield.
Oh no, this was the one I was thinking of. You see here how he dashes back. He dashes back a lot. He dashes back. He sees this option, but he realizes he won't be able to punish this nair. And he won't be able to punish this nair, he does the slight dash forward, slight dash back. That perfectly times the spot dodge. So it times every stationary option. So like there's no stationary option that beats this slight stutter step. This slight stutter step, it spaces around grab, it spaces around up smash, it spaces around nair, and then it gets a grab and beats the spot dodge as well. So it's like doing that stutter step literally gave him this entire punish.
Oh, okay. And what about down tilt? Is it long enough to?
In that spacing, probably in that spacing it might be, but it's also like down tilt is the least. Since it loses to aerials, you're essentially saying, do I want to call out? So you sort in the Fox Ditto you have like a binary here, right? So what I tend to do a lot is I tend to answer this nair with my own nair or like my own down air, and that beats down tilt 100 out of 100 times since I'm airborne. And then what I'd probably get is like a shield pressure sequence or something, while Drugged Fox more decides to like not play around the down tilt, but he plays around everything else that I would probably lose to, and then he gets the grab. But the down tilt is like kind of unreliable since most players' level 1 option is to do the aerial back, like you answer back with your own aerial, right? That's like most players' level 1 option. So the fact that he's saying fuck that and doing the slight dash instead, it's because down tilt loses to the level 1 option.
Yeah, I see.
So yeah, this set, like the entire thing, if you just like slow it down, like every neutral interaction, it's like, okay, who guesses how much time they have left and like how do they manage their time, right? So he does this nair. Leffen guesses that he has enough time to true punish it. He's in position for it. Drugged Fox gets the shine out. Now he's done the nair. He doesn't have time to reach Leffen. He does the stutter step, but he before he did the stutter step, right? So he baited out the spot dodge. This time he's like, Leffen, is probably not going to do the same mistake again, right? And then he gets the spot dodge, but because he's in like right next to him, he gets the shines. Like this entire pressure sequence is just guessing how much time they have left and how they're pressing the advantage. And do they want to do the timing mix up or do they want to go in immediately, right? That's literally like every single one of these pressure sequences.
It's actually, yeah, it's really advanced actually.
Yeah, and like right here is an even more extreme option. A lot of people, they do like an option, but the reason I got mad at you for doing like the full jump back here against Sheik is because when you're at this distance, there's only like a binary way you can attack, right? Druid Fox reacts to left when jumping here, and he has time, and he gets the wave land, the perfect wave land around. Like, he would have gotten clipped by this Nair. This Nair is really good at beating most Foxes, but like, look at how perfectly Druid Fox wave lands around it.
Yeah, that was really crisp.
Yeah, and then they're all playing. Oh, right here, another example. So he hits this, the shine out of shield, and then he shines here, does the back here. He doesn't have time to get the true punish. He dashes forward, dashes back slightly, and then Leffen is like, oh, he's not doing something immediately. Let me press a button. The stutter step makes it so he hits him, true, and then he gets the edge guard. So it's like every single interaction in the set, they're only playing that single micro situation where they're deciding, do I go immediately or do I stutter step? Immediate stutter step. Like they're always playing that single mix up. And that's like literally the entirety of their neutral.
Okay, so it's just one or two, basically.
Yeah.
That's already making, giving the game much more complexity just by adding that one opportunity of the stutter step.
Yeah. And do you expect it or do you not expect it? There's a concept called Yomi layers, and it's like, it's literally level 1 option, level 2 option. And to beat the level 1 option, you do the level 2 option. But then there's a level 3 option. But to beat the level 3 option, you do the level 1 again. So there's like 3 different layers that you cycle around. And this is what they're doing here with the starter step. They're cycling around. Do I think he's going to do the level 1, the level 2, you know?
Yeah. And this all come from disturbance of the equilibrium, right? Like in chess, where it's not neutral anymore.
Yeah. So they're all getting into what's called relative frame disadvantage. Druid Fox actually has a really good write-up on this. A frame in melee, I think it's called. His blog. Never mind. Relative frame disadvantage Druid Fox.
Yeah,
it might be
getting at it's basically having some sort of disadvantage and not being able compared to the opponent. Yeah.
Yeah, just like a few frames off or something.
If you both press buttons at each other, the opponent will win, basically, right?
Yeah, but also like it's a lot more wide-reaching than that. The example he uses here is that Falcon's Nair is an amazing anti-air and has great utility in that it protects him and his landing while also threatening the opponent on the ground. But if he wants to use this tool, he needs to find ways to interact positively with Sheik's F-tilt. This is because Sheik primarily wants to stay grounded in the matchup, and F-tilt is her best grounded anti-air that hits in front of her. Sheik's F-tilt hits on frame 5, but the part of the move that we realistically hit Falcon on frame 6. Falcon's Nair hits on frame 7. He has 4 frames of jump squat, so it effectively has a 10 frame startup and hits on frame 11. Comparing the two leads to the conclusion that for Falcon's Nair, for Falcon to Nair without losing to F-tilt, he needs to be +6 in neutral. And that means that the opponent has to have moved, he has to be in shield, he has to do something that, like, in this neutral situation, forces him to be slightly slower than Falcon. So, like, Falcon, like, a good example right here.
It says that Falcon sucks, basically.
Well, not really. Like, a good example would be right here. It works with Fox as well. So, right here, this downer, Leffen is in slight disadvantage. But now, Druid Fox is in slight disadvantage. Or no, never mind. So Leffen landed after Druid Fox. So Druid Fox is actually like 5 frames positive here. Which means if both of them do any action, Druid Fox is probably gonna win. But because of the spacing, he dashes around and they reset to true neutral. But it's still the same thing where, like, because Leffen full jump there, your Nair beats all of his Nair options. So, like, beats all of his, like, immediate options because you're 4 or 5 frames plus. It's the same thing, right? So that's why the stutter step is good, because you essentially you're deciding with this relative frame advantage. So here, left and full jumping, do I want to go in immediately, and then the only way he beats that if he dashes back, or do I want to wait and then maybe he has time to do his like option, but I can beat him dashing back. That's essentially what it is, right? So you're playing like the 1-2, and you're always in some form of frame advantage, just because every action you do except dashing around puts you in relative disadvantage and advantage. And this is important, especially against like Captain Falcon, like here, because say you're doing an approaching nair, right? It might be that they're in a lot of disadvantage, but his dash is faster than you. So even if you're like plus 10 frames, but if you're far enough away, it doesn't matter if you're plus 10 frames, because you're still gonna dash towards him, do your nair, he'll have enough time to dash back and then land on you with a Lord Stomp, right? So that's why you have the stutter step. So like even though you have the advantage, you have to decide what to do with it. And they're being unpredictable with it, doing the, you know, stutter step, while you're always doing like the same thing with your advantage.
Were you talking about what I do now with the last one?
So in all the things we're looking at here, and why I'm mentioning the stutter step, right, is that it's all some form of timing mix-ups. Like I can take any random clip, and you feel obligated to like act immediately. So since you feel,
I do the number ones a lot.
Yeah, so like here you hit the nair, you're technically in disadvantage, but since you didn't do anything, say you hit the shine, and like here, now he rolls. Now you're in advantage, right? So you can decide with this advantage, do I want to attack him immediately, or do I want to hit his wake up option, right? And you decide to attack immediately, and then you decide to attack immediately again, and again, and it's like, if you just stutter step there, even though you have advantage, you don't always have to act on it, because it gets very predictable. Because it's like, it's like, it's not enough. Yeah, so right here, he's jumping, you get hit. And it's like, if you just dash back slightly and waited for him, then you would have like hit him. There's a ton of spots like that. So I definitely just watched this set and just like slow down each interaction, because they're only playing that stutter step over and over and over again. And it's like literally the only thing they did. Oh, right here. You know how you did ledge dash up smash a lot?
Yeah.
Drag Fox. No, wait, I put it back too far. Okay, so that time, Drag Fox did ledge dash nair. Level 1 option, attack immediately with your advantage, right? This time, he does ledge dash, immediate stutter step dash back, dash in, now he's center stage. Even though he was invincible, he decided to do the stutter step.
That looked like he tried to do a stutter step up smash, jump cancel up smash. It's very normal to just get the full jump when you.
Oh no, that wasn't 100% not a what's it called? 100% not a up smash attempt. The reason I know this is because he's actually wrote like an essay on this. The thing is, everyone beats the immediate option by spacing outside and like clanking with it or like trading. And the way you beat that is by doing the stutter step back when you ledge dash. So like, and then I think he wants to land with a backer here, but he like fucks it up. But I don't think he's going for an up smash there. Like if you look in the cookbook, you know, the fucking CF Bible, there's where is it? It's not edge guarding, it's ledge, the ledge one, yes. Against Fox, I think it's one anti-ledge dash, yes. So at this spacing, anything that Fox does is gonna lose to what you do out of shield, because he's not he's not invincible for the full duration, right? So since you're here, anything you do beats what he's doing, even though he's invincible. Since you're here, he has to spend so much time reaching you that he's like in frame disadvantage, and then you stuff him out. And it's the same thing before. Like Leffen was trying to stuff Drag Fox out, but Drag Fox did the slight dash back to beat this nair that, you know, Captain Falcon did. So instead of going in immediately, he did the stutter step. And it's the same thing in like every other matchup.
Right. I see. Huh.
So yeah, when you watch another example of a player matchup, so like I really like the Drug Fox Leffen set for this, but another one that's really good is when you watch Wizrobe versus Colball. Because Colball, he might be like the worst player power rank wise, but he has a massively winning record on Wizrobe. And Wizrobe has a tendency to autopilot the same option over and over. So Wizrobe knows about this, right? He knows about the Nair that like beats the Wakeup option or like the ledge dash option. So since he knows about that, he always goes for it. And Colball always does ledge dash, dash back, and then dash in. So he gets the timing mix up, and then he beats the Nair. So it's just like one of those situations that you'll see happen over and over again in their sets. Sort of the same way you see it happen in neutral here.
So it's an actual really hard habit for a top player. That's scary. Because so many of the interactions are actually floating in high level play. Then the habit will get destroyed. So if you actually if you are a player that has those kind of habits, people will be able to download you and find out and pick up on it, right?
Yes, and everyone has 100 of these habits, but it's all a matter of like how easy they are to punish and how much like effort it requires. So like Colball, he's probably the best Fox versus Falcon in general, and he's exceptionally good at beating all of their level 1 options.
That little dash, you saw it right there. It was a super little dash to.
Oh yeah, to get outside the up air. So
no, also the back air, I think.
But it's one of those things where I see it a lot where he sort of just like does very well versus every Falcon, even though he should be the worst player. So like he
go back. Like this one, and he makes sure to be in an advantage just using those stepper steps.
He did it. He actually did it twice because he does it on the ledge dash wake up. Same concept as with Falcon. I went back too far. So here, right? He hits into ledge, and then he dashes away and then punishes it. Realizes he's here, does the stutter step, dodges the back air. So it's literally the same thing like twice, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's one of those things that I always look out for when I watch him play, because he's very, very good at doing this against Captain Falcons specifically. Like he knows what makes them uncomfortable.
Yeah. I can see it. It looks very menacing.
Yeah, he's beat like every Falcon. I think he beats Wizrobe here as well. I might be wrong, but it's a close set. But like I think he has a winning record on Wizrobe, and he has a winning record against Gatsu. He has a winning record against Nun. He has a winning record against S2J. He's like literally the best Fox versus Falcon.
Before I think it was Mango. Mango was extremely good with Fox against Falcon, I think.
Yeah, he just doesn't play it anymore. I think he loses this one.
Well, Cole doesn't play much either, does he?
Yeah, he does. He's been at like every major event for like years. He never misses an event. It's just he's not. He doesn't really make like. He doesn't have like a what's it called a cult around him. Like, look, okay, so right here.
I saw that.
Yeah, I went back to check it again. So here. He hits this, does the dash down stuff, dodges right outside, and then doesn't even like go for where he was, because he knows that Wizard will do like some get out option, and he does the wave shine stuff. He's like already there.
Wizard gets the visual cue that he got outspaced, and he does an immediate defensive option.
Yeah. Oh yeah, also here's the exact back air I was talking about. This back air covers literally everything. So if you ever have time to set this up, always do this back air. So you just do that back air.
But the difference here is that he actually got the setup. I know about that back air, but you have to get them far enough out, so they won't be able to mix up in too many ways.
Well, you can actually. The thing is, if they're closer, it works even better, because then you only have to full jump back air. You don't have to double jump. So
and then you can grab the ledge, and they won't be able to get you either.
Yeah, so you do it when they're a lot closer and they don't have a mix-up. If they have to go like even remotely high, you just full jump and do it.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds really good. It auto cancels, and it's very. You can both get ledge and get stage.
Yeah.
And do other stuff after.
Yeah. So it's something I spam a lot. I double jump if they're further away, or I single jump if they're closer, right?
Okay,
but yeah, I hope this has been at least somewhat helpful.
Yeah, it was. It has been really good, Pisquig. Thank you so much.
No worries,
So
dude.
if we do a short conclusionary thing, will my homework be? Will be implementing the stutter stepping, and that's
Yeah.
the way to get into the timing mix-ups, right?
Yes.
For me, not to doing only the fastest level 1 timing all the time.
Yes.
And then we have for the defensive situations, I have a habit on going for the stationary stuff. I will start mixing in the burst attack, like the ranged attack.
Yeah.
And also, even more so, getting ready to get out and find a way out.
Yes. Those are probably the most important takeaways. Those 3 concepts. Just doing those, I think, will immediately make you a 10 times better player. Because
that's pretty cool. I think.
Yeah.
I wonder how will this be hard to implement? Is that a reason people struggle to improve?
The reason people struggle to improve is because this is one of those things that you have to consciously realize, and the only way you realize it is if you're watching both your play and watching top levels play. If you're not asking someone else to point it out to you, or comparing yourself to how they're playing and then asking why is this different, you're never gonna figure it out. So
to be honest, just looking from that Drug Fox versus Leffen set, it's actually kind of hard to realize. It's when 2 high-level players are doing the stuff towards each other, it's kind of hard understanding.
Yeah, they're so fast.
Everything that's...
They're so fast. So
yeah,
I
super
agree.
fast, and it's a really fast matchup too. In slower matchup for Fox, you can see what's going on because it's very telegraphed often.
Yes. But yeah, so I don't think it's a laziness thing. I think it's more a, you need to very specifically be looking out for it. And like, this is something I got very frustrated because I played against, so I figured this out. The time I figured this out was when I was creating the Fox Falco guide, right? And I was creating it, and I was like, wait, what do I actually do in these spots? And I was like, okay, so the flow chart when you're doing like anti-laser stuff, it's actually like, say I've decided to shield the laser. Then I have a mix-up of wave dashing forward and wave dashing backwards. And I realized that I only wave dash forward. And that was one of the things I pointed out when you were playing his Falco, is that you shield the laser, you wave dash or full jump, and you always wave dash forward. So you're never going backwards, you're always going forward. And I realized I did the same thing. And I was like, oh, wait.
Really
Why? and then when I realized I was only using like half the mix-ups, that was like when I tried to apply it to everything else. I was like, wait, I only do this exact nair. I can do this other timing nair. And I was like, it expands from there.
Well, it does make sense in that matchup though. In that video, you talked about how you want to get closer. It's a way to get closer.
Yeah, but it's also like, I mentioned that it's a way to get closer, but I also mentioned how it's a... they can decide to stuff it, like, so you either go close or you go back, and it's like, do you think they're gonna do something to stuff you, or do you think they're gonna do another laser? Forward if laser, back if stuff.
Well, is back really good? Well, what
yeah,
about
it's
place?
Bad, because they're always trying to like stuff you. So like, here's a perfect example. He lasers here, and it's like a jab, and then he goes forward, and Leffen decided to go back, and since he went back, he's like, if he did an aerial instead of a laser here, then he let's get the exact situation. So
Yeah.
so
Falcos the laser when they are not in the correct spacing, basically.
Yeah.
When they do not guess correctly, they can do a laser to keep to mitigate.
Well, they can't react. They can't react. They have to guess. They can't react.
Yeah, it's a guess. Absolutely, it's a guess. But
yeah,
but that's the correct thing for Falco to do if the Fox has outspaced the.
Yes,
the
that's the correct thing to do. But say he did an aerial here, then Leffen would have gone ahead. So this is just like why moving back is so useful, because what you're really doing is you're either saying, okay, I'll hit you if you laser again, or I'll go back and grab you for down airing or grab you for nairing, right?
But this only works against Falcos that actually go on you. What about the ones that does not?
that's when you only go forward. Or like that's when going in place is decent. Because, like you said, if they only do stuff in place, so Motrans did a lot of like laser, and like there in place. Then going in place is good because you can like wave dash down, up smash, or something like that.
Yes.
Sorry, so, I didn't realize that.
You check if are they approaching, then going back is an option basically.
Then you mix it in. But other than that, it's like one thing you did a lot is you wave dash down, like as your default. But a lot of the time it's like, do you want to wave dash forward or do you want to wave dash down if they're not going forward? Because you sort of be different things depending on what you do after the laser. If you wave dash forward and they do another laser, you're actually so far into them that the laser like goes above you. So that's why wave dashing forward is so good, because you can like wave dash forward shine or wave dash forward up smash. And then if they do like an aerial in place, that's when you wave dash down. Yeah,
exactly. So that.
Oh well.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, thank you for the session. I had a ton of fun.
Thank you so much, Pipsqueak. I had a ton of fun. It was really valuable for me. We spent a lot of time on it. I suspect that's because we haven't done it that much.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things where I tend to go... First of all, you played for like an hour, so I got a lot of like stuff to watch out for. But in general, it's just like, it's easier for me to do these as like kind of high intensity, you know, deep dives instead of like, oh, I'm gonna give you 40 minutes. Because I feel like I get a lot more out of this.
Oh yeah, sure. I am down for whatever. I'm just really grateful to get this this attention and help from you. So I'm down for either deep dives or fast stuff or whatever.
We can definitely do this again. We can do this again and like see if you've started implementing some of the stuff we talked about.
Yeah, that will be really interesting. And maybe if I actually have, we could maybe pick better opponents. I don't know, or see how it works against this opponent. That could be interesting too.
I definitely think that these mix-up are what breaks Mojohan's, like his playstyle. That's why I feel like if you watch, he played Red Blaze, and Red Blaze kind of just like never went at him and only went back. And he's so used to people only going forward that he just didn't know what to do about it. And Red Blaze is like power shields lasers over and over and like runs away and didn't go forward. Sort of like mixing that in, it might be what makes it so you win like the absolute majority of games. But yeah, I think that's it for now. I think you muted yourself. Hello? I think he's gone. Rip. I'm leaving the call. I can hear you in stream, but not in Discord. No worries, dude. See you around. Before I leave, I want to thank everyone for watching. I want to thank Shifty Wire 27 and Bird Person and Ghost Jammy. Thank you for the follows, everyone. This has been very fun, and I'll probably do these again. I like this format. It's very easy for me. So I might tell some other decent players, hey, do you want to have a lesson? Or they might, you know, approach me, and I'll try to do this in the future and point out like other stuff. Thank you guys for watching, and Alf, thank you for the resubscription, free month. Very cool. I think that'll be it for me. This has been a almost 3-hour stream. Do you upload to YouTube? I normally don't, but I could now. What I'm doing is I'm definitely saving this VOD. I'm definitely saving it as a Twitch VOD, but I could possibly upload it to YouTube. I kind of want to keep my YouTube, so I haven't talked about this, but I got tilted. I haven't uploaded in like years, so I might start using my YouTube again when I've finished with what I'm doing right now, which is a Fox vs. Samus guide. So I'm doing a Fox vs. Samus guide, but it's gonna be like a similar thing. It's gonna be a similar thing to my Fox vs. Falco guide. And I'm so tilted that I haven't uploaded something on my YouTube for like over 1.5 years. So I don't want to upload something that isn't, you know, like halfway the same quality. So I might upload these after I've done the Fox Samus guide, but not before. I'm definitely saving this VOD though as a highlight, so that it's permanent on Twitch and never disappears. Watch that light novel? What? Oh, this one. Lemao. I think I read this like 5 years ago. This is my old school email, so I think I read this like 5 years ago, and it's like still there. It's a pretty garbage light novel, I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, I'm gonna find someone to host, and that'll be it for me. Let's see here. Who do I want to host? There's a lot of people. I don't want to host Leffen because he's too big. He's scary, threatening. Don't want to host Sane because he's too big, scary, threatening. Kind of want to host PPU. PPU is like, when I started, he was the informative. He was the dude who was making this type of content at roughly my level. That was like interesting. Wait, what's his Twitch? It's this PPU. So raid PPU. I'll save this as a highlight so it won't disappear. And yeah, that's it for me. I'll probably do this again for sure. So see you around, dude. And before I leave, send Pat. I don't even know how to pronounce it. ST Pat. Thank you for the follow, my friend. Goodbye.